Welcome to That's Absurd Podcast, your source for everything hip-hop, pop culture, sports, and more. Tune in, subscribe, enjoy.
Yo. Welcome back to another episode of That's Absurd Podcast. I go by the name of Juno, a.k.a. Melvo.
It's your boy, Gene AP.
And your boy, Gray.
And we are back for another week of absurdities, even though we virtually doing it, even though we all in the same city. You know, we had to virtually do it this time. But
I'm off in space right now.
But fellas, what have you guys been up to?
Oh, well, for me, let's see. What was it? This past weekend, I was invited by a friend to a mansion party. Yeah, it was nice. Went there, had a good time. Was cool. Very.
The mansion party, dope.
Yeah, man. Amazing.
What city was it in?
It was where you at? Kissimmee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was real nice in a gated community. Let's see. We had I think 8 bedroom, 11 bathrooms, 11 bath. Yeah, ridiculous. Had winery, office.
There's a couple of mansions leading up to your where you stand, you know.
Yeah, no, there's that one mansion there. I don't know about a couple. There's one.
There's one on your left hand side. There's another one on the right too.
No. What was the occasion, Gray?
It was a birthday. It was a friend birthday. He decided to rent it out and throw a party in there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Niggas got money.
Yeah. It's good to see how the other side live once in a while.
Got to have the different experience.
Exactly.
Make you want to move in.
Me this weekend, it was the missus' birthday, so we sent away the kids. We went off. We did like a day to ourselves. Went out to the Gaylord Resort again. That was on point, just chill out there. Eat, drink, it was on them gummies. Had a good time, man.
Y'all just take drugs and go to the Gaylord, huh? That's y'all thing.
What happened?
Gummies, huh?
That's our second time at the Gaylord. Remember, we usually only do the Omni.
Okay.
So we just discovered that's my second time at the Gaylord. That was discovered last time. Like, holy shit, this is on point. Because the weather don't affect it because this is at an atrium. So you don't have to go to the beach. You can still be inside while you're outside. So even if it's raining, and then, matter of fact, the day we got there it was raining. So you just go inside and there's still restaurants under the atrium and everything else. And the next day when the weather clears up, you'll be out there on the poolside, chilling, like 5-6 different restaurants, stuff to do. It's dope. It's dope, man. And the design looks like very Paris-ish or anything like that. You've been there before, you said, right?
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, so it's a nice little spot, man. Like I said, I was on those gummies all weekend though. The only thing about the downside of it, with them is the munchies, bro. Probably packed on a good 2 pounds from this weekend, bro.
Yeah, I told you when I ate them shits, I ate a whole box of pizza by myself.
Yeah, bro, the shit is fucking crazy. I saw that this weekend, like, nah, you can't be doing this shit if you're on a diet, bro. This shit is should be the munchies, man. How about you? What you got into?
Let me see. Was I here last week?
You were not.
We virtually? Okay, so I came in this I believe last Friday. I flew in I flew in Thursday night, real late Thursday night, because I was starting a new job and I had to go pick up some equipment. So came in, did that, picked up the equipment. Had to set up a home office. Set up the home office so the studio looks a little different, but it definitely a little more functional now. Then I started this new gig on Monday, and let me tell you, bro, working from home is the devil, bro.
One of my little sisters on that. She hates it too.
The devil. When I tell you, first day of this position, bro, I kicked my feet up while we was in session. Nigga, I passed out for a whole hour.
Yeah, it's the real deal.
I passed out for a whole hour and nobody knew I was gone sleeping. They done went on a whole midday break, came back and jumped back into session, and I'm still knocked out, bro. I was like, oh shit, I think these motherfuckers gonna fire me on day one.
What was that?
Oh, because it's because you're up the night before though. You're probably too tired.
Nah, I wasn't even up, bro. I wasn't even up. I made sure I got the good rest. I drunk a fucking Red Bull after the lunch break, but I had some carbs during the lunch, so I think them carbs put me out, bro. I was like, God damn. So day 2, I was like, you know what? To stay awake, when I have this hour lunch break, I'm gonna just go jump on the bike and do a lap around the neighborhood, and that kind of worked a little better. I kind of dozed off for like a minute or two every now and then. But then day 3, which was today, I got this new chair in and it came in and that shit kept me awake. So I'm good to go, man. I'm good to go, man. This shit was crazy, bro. But I'm getting the hang of it.
Okay, that's what's up. And you liking the new gig as well?
Well, we're still in the training process. This is just a whole lot of fucking information, bro. I'm talking about so much information. That shit is fucking overwhelming. You got people in the session like, there's certain people, I'd be like, how the hell did you even get this job? You don't even know what the fuck you doing. And it's an IT position. You need help with your IT. I'm like, bruh, what's going on here?
Yeah, you know what type of era we in.
Yeah, bro. It's crazy. I'm like, bro, one of course it's a woman, right? One of the ladies.
Oh, come on.
One of the ladies couldn't even set up her own computer. She had to wait for her husband to set up the computer because she was having issues setting up her computer. And I was like, how did this happen? And yeah,
so her husband's the IT.
Come to find out, her husband works for the company as well, so he got her the gig. So he got her the gig with pretty much no experience in IT, and but they're all the way in Manila, something like that, some Asian country. They're all around
Philippines.
Yeah, they're in the Philippines.
Yeah,
they're in the Philippines. Is Manila in the Philippines?
The capital, yeah.
Okay, so they're over there. And so I guess it's like 12 hours different. So we're the training classes with the folks in Philippines and us in Orlando.
That's what's up, man. Gotta hustle it. That's what's up.
You know what sucks with them over there? They have to work a night shift over there to be on American time.
Right.
Hey, you got it. Hey, that's what's up. Hey.
But it seems like it's not an issue to them because they seem
it's
like
not. It's a whole industry.
Full of energy, or they have energy. It's not like you couldn't even really tell. Like, because I'm thinking when it's like 12 p.m. here, it's 12 a.m. there, and they started working at like whatever it is. It's crazy. So when it's 4 p.m. here, it's 4 a.m. over there, and they're still functioning like nothing.
Yeah, because most of the American jobs are like that. They're doing communications, so they're used to working night shift over there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. But so far, so good. I got a lot. I'm gonna have a lot of extra time on my hands, even though I'm gonna do this 40-hour a week job. Still gonna have a lot of time. And I was thinking I need to talk to y'all about studio rental and shit. So we're gonna have to have a meeting once everything get cleared up. We're gonna have to have a sit down or even do it through Zoom or whatever.
Yeah.
So we could discuss numbers and shit like that and
work it out.
Yeah,
that'll work.
Just trying to see if we could.
So if you work from home now, so when you go up to New York, are you able to work from there as well?
Nah, because they didn't give me a laptop. If they said they're gonna issue us laptops that we can work off of, so if they do issue me a laptop, I'll probably just take the laptop and go to New York whenever I want. But right now, I have a PC that has to be hardwired into the network, So I have to
into any network or just hardwire.
it's any network, but I ain't trying to bring all
Like
this
a
shit
piece
with me
of
to
it.
New York because I have the dual monitor set up and
Yeah,
all that shit and the desk and all that. I ain't trying to lug all that to New York. That's a whole trip in itself. So
yeah. I mean, unless you don't do the dual monitor.
I can't do IT work without dual monitor.
Oh, okay. So you can look at their computer. Okay.
Because
Okay.
when you're doing IT, you gotta have multiple windows open and having one monitor, it's gonna slow you down and a whole bunch of dumb shit. So it's not really feasible to do it with one monitor unless you have one of those super long monitors. But I ain't got
Yeah,
one of those, and I ain't about to dish out 600 for one of those.
they got the little device now that comes with like a little book, and then you connect it to your laptop, and it pops out the side, and makes two other screens.
Yeah, but those are little.
Yeah,
The
that's
screens
true.
are small. It'll be too difficult for me. I ain't trying to. Bro, I'm trying to get easy money. I ain't trying to stress out.
Trying to
Easy
overwork.
money. I want it to be as comfortable as possible, bro. Easy money. I ain't with the stressing out.
Here's what you do: you tell them mail you another computer, but to your New York location. Now, whatever you go get two setups. You know what I'm saying?
I'll see how I can finesse a way to be able to travel and work.
That would work. We're ready to get into some absurdities.
Let's do it.
Although, yeah, that's all I've been into. Other than this week, we had like I said, we had the COVID scare at the house this week. So
Do you
half
want?
the
Do,
half the
do,
family is forced into quarantine. The other half is coming back negative.
that means the whole family has to quarantine. You know that, right?
Yeah, pretty much. What else you gonna do? Yeah, because you're there, like you're saying. So
That's why we virtual today because I was like, if half of Nate family got the Rona, that nigga Nate not allowed to be in the room with me for the next 14 days.
listen,
So
I got that Wolverine healing ability like I thought, so I knew my test was gonna come back negative. It helps that I take all that vitamin C, the vitamin D, the zinc, and sea moss
so
regimen
you
every day.
just taking that shit and you not giving it to the family, huh? You only taking it for yourself. You a selfish ass nigga, bro.
They were privy to my regiment, though. They thought I was crazy. Now they wish they had.
So
So
anybody having any symptoms like scary symptoms or?
no, the only symptoms was headaches, man. My oldest daughter had a headache for her first. Actually, no, my oldest son Tyler said he had a headache for a couple of days, or maybe like a day or two. Then my youngest son said he had it. Then Maya they went to her first day of school. She came home talking about she had a throbbing headache, kind of fibromyalgia. So we brought her to the urgent care, and they ran the test. And my oldest daughter came back positive with COVID. My youngest son came back positive COVID. My oldest son, the first one was complaining. I guess his that are the cycles just came back negative. I came back negative. My wife ended up coming back positive because she had a headache as well. So at least they're only feeling that as opposed to, it usually comes down with COVID or flu. It's usually sore, the sore body, the soreness, the sore aches, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's usually one of the worst parts. Between the throwing up, the fever, and from what I can remember of having a flu, the soreness used to always be the worst, man. The throwing up and just feeling so weak, that used to be the worst part of it. But they ain't have that. All they have is bad migraine. Nothing she might have like backaches, but other than that, she's good to go. But it sucks. She only got one day of school, both of them. Actually, all of them only got one day of
Nobody,
school, and
yeah,
now they all have to stay home for
nobody
2 weeks.
nobody can go to school once one person in the
Yeah,
house is positive.
yeah, they all went. Yeah, well, one day, yeah, one day of
Yeah,
school,
this shit crazy, man. With like what the symptoms doing, man. Like it's,
and
I think it's reckless.
in Florida, they're not even required to wear masks at school. So,
That's reckless, man.
and then when you let the school know, the school kind of says, "Well, you don't even have to let nobody know because your HIPAA rights. Just here's the letter that they're gonna be out for 2 weeks." I'm like, what type of shit is it on? So we're gonna say no mask, and then we're gonna hide behind HIPAA as well. It's crazy.
Reckless.
It's really crazy. I know they sent out a thing they talk about two students who tested positive for COVID. They hadn't been on campus since the day before. I'm like, I don't even know. The way it's worded is real funny. Like, trust me, I can see why this shit's worse. How it could be worse because people are catching COVID and they're just being quiet about it. Doesn't make any sense. It's not like a sexually transmitted disease or you did some crazy shit to get it. You can catch it anywhere, being out in public. Listen, you catch the thing and you just saw people doing that, so you're over with.
So did you guys report it to the school? What's
we did, but I'm just so surprised how they keep mentioning, because of HIPAA, you don't have to let nobody know. Just tell your teacher. They're treating like you don't got some kind of STD. So I'm like, nah, I got the COVID. The response to me is they seem like they want to make sure they don't pressure you to overtelling yourself just in case you don't feel traumatized or lawsuit, whatever. I was like, bro, we're in the middle of a pandemic. You need to they need to be. I let my teacher know. My teacher lets all the classroom stuff.
Yeah. So what's the protocol?
They're only gonna they're not like if you're talking to your friends at lunch and all that, they're not gonna talk to them. They're just seems like the people you're in class near you, they're gonna let them know. Like the shit to me seems real wild, bro.
No, I'm talking about the protocol as far as the academia, where when you can't go back to school because is the school 100% back?
Yeah, school just came back. Yep, school's 100% back. So there is no online thing no more.
So
that's the thing DeSantis took away. Yeah, DeSantis took away the virtual learning shit.
So they're just gonna be behind 2 weeks. They can't really.
Well, the teacher's gonna send you work up from home type shit like that. That shit, bro, it's fucked up, bro. Like he wanted all the teachers back. It's wild, bro.
I've seen I know like a friend of mine, like she have like her kids like what you call that, doing virtual schooling.
Yeah.
So like every school doesn't have that option, or
last year they all had that option. Now this year they're no longer doing virtual school. You can sign up for virtual school, but there's no dual. It's not the same thing connected to the school anymore. They have Florida always had Florida VPK or Florida. I forgot what it is for the virtual school. That's different than your actual local school. Last year was your regular school, all had online classes.
So that's the thing. Like these schools didn't prepare for this, like because like
they did. DeSantis said no. He said he wanted to cancel the option of letting kids virtual learn in some of the schools. Not even he want everyone to be in school.
I know, but not even the. I understand the canceling the option for virtual because a lot of people are probably elected virtual and which they should have the right to. But I'm talking about like when a kid tests positive for COVID, is there not something set up to where, okay, this kid has COVID, he can't come to school, we're gonna put him in this virtual. There's this virtual department set up for him.
There's just your teacher's gonna fax or email you to work for the day, or you can come by and pick up shit like that. That's what it is. There's no virtual component to it. That shit to me is crazy.
Shit's crazy.
Yeah, man, Florida wilding.
Yeah, that to me, I was like, bruh, this don't make any sense.
Because 2 weeks in school, especially when it's elementary and middle school, 2 weeks is fucking equivalent to like fucking 8 weeks of catching up.
Yeah, most likely you're not gonna pass. Yeah.
Well, they don't count it against you anymore. Because remember back in the days, if you miss 2 weeks, you automatically have to pass the 9 week the finals exam.
I think that's the most you can miss, like 2 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, not anymore. Not with COVID. Now it doesn't count against you. It's an excused absence. Listen, so if last year is anything like this year, I mean, if this year's anything like last year, I might as well just pull my kids out of school and have everyone just do virtual, because kids are all learning at their own pace right now. Between the whole last year, some people at home, some people at school, some people ain't really learning anything. Yeah, like you might as well say your class is it's just like college. You got a whole bunch of homeboys, y'all all not graduating at the same time. Y'all all not learning the same stuff. So you might as well just do things on your own pace. Just pull your kid out and let them, because the school system is, after 2 years of COVID, bro, last year was already fucked up. Like, my youngest son didn't even want to go back to school. He loved it, though, because he was just at home.
And they had the summer, so I thought, they actually try to work something out,
man.
Come on, man.
My son was just at home. They're doing PE on the screen. Too many people in the class, so the teacher didn't see that. My son's in the other room watching TV. Them little kids loved it, bro. They didn't learn a damn thing last year. So imagine he didn't want to go back this year. I'm like, nah, they do 2 years of this. I was like, you might as well have your kid teach yourself. Right.
I'm wondering how long is it gonna take for kids to like actually catch up and for it to go back to normal, where everyone's not just learning at their self pace, but there's a curriculum that the teachers are gonna have to follow directly.
I don't know. I know the first time this happened was anytime we had hurricane issues, they would go back and like kind of make it up their senior year or something like that, because kids were kind of behind. But Florida, we always got something that kind of throws a wrench into our schooling system. Yeah. So This
Yeah,
is
but
just COVID.
eventually,
We haven't talked about hurricane.
with
Yeah,
hurricanes and stuff, it eventually balances that out in a course of like 2-3 weeks. But this COVID shit has been going on for 18
yeah,
weeks. I
exactly.
mean,
And
for
then we still
18
gonna
months,
have,
and there's no
and we,
how do you balance that?
and we're still gonna have our hurricanes. We're Florida, so we're still gonna have that coming in
Wow.
at some point. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's really gonna be to the point where some people are just gonna get socially promoted and bumped, but you're gonna have a class of students that ain't graduating at peak performance. And I don't know if we have them anywhere, regardless, but at where they're supposed to be at.
Yeah,
Because they're just gonna passing them along. Okay, they're just gonna have to know that it's getting wild. Because remember, there was one of the same thing that happened when the kids shot up that one school in Fort Lauderdale, and those kids missed all the schooling, all that stuff. And they were wondering, should the kids have to come back their senior year? Remember that happened?
Yeah.
Parkland,
Yeah, shit like that. Yeah, Parkland, and I think some of them got bumped up, and some that didn't come back. They said they shouldn't have to be forced to go back. I remember. Either way, I think in that scenario, they kind of gave them like a little bump, regardless, to just kind of jump up. So it is kind of wild.
This lets you know how sensitive society has gotten. When a school shooting, you give kids the option to come back to school.
Yep.
Because my 7th grade year, we watched the teacher get shot. We didn't miss a fucking day. We watched the teacher get shot, even though it was the last day of school.
It was the last day of school, though, so
we had the whole summer to adjust and stuff.
The 2 months, yeah.
But we didn't have the option to not come back to school.
Yeah, that's true.
We just came back the next first day of school, and everything was back to normal. And it was like,
well, they named the gym after him.
Right.
The Barry Grunwald Museum. They named the gym after him.
I remember, was it? I think either like that year or the next year they had give us the options for the last day to not come, not have to come.
Well, I think last day is always optional.
They always give you that option, though.
Yeah, last day is always optional because you're not testing on last day, you're really doing nothing on the last day. So I think last day's always been optional for parents to keep their kids at home. And a lot of parents did keep it because last day would be the day there's a whole bunch of fights and a whole bunch of shit like that. So
the very pretty girls,
I just stayed at home. Fuck it, yeah.
the very pretty girls who had a lot of haters, they wouldn't show up the last day of school because that's when the girls always want to fight them. And the school got used to that. The school started getting slick to that. Okay, you fight your last day. We're just gonna take the 10 days out your next year.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
and that's what made the kid that shot up the school I was at. That's what made him kind of tick because it was the last day of school and there was like a water balloon fight and he got suspended and they said you're gonna be suspended the first 2 weeks of next year and he couldn't process that and he went home and got a gun and came back. So that really didn't play out too well for us over there at Lake Worth Middle.
Yeah. I think he was more so bad of the fact that he couldn't hang with the girl. There was a girl he liked that day. And he was kind of mad he wasn't going to get to see her the last day. Kids that teenage life was different, man.
Yeah, man. That's what, and they charge him as an adult. When if you was an adult, you'd be like, I can't see this person for a few hours. We'll get over it. We'll just do a link up later. I'll bust you down.
Yeah, later. But as a kid, it's not even a girl he's actually dating. It's a girl he liked. He go all the way home and walk all the way back to the school with a gun and come shoot the teacher. Obviously, it's not logical. It's not no dog shit. So that's that teenage forever love, Romeo and Juliet. They're trying to keep us apart type shit. You know what I'm saying? But they don't. He's black, so they didn't see that. They bammed his ass.
Yeah.
He's been a model inmate since then. He's been trying for early release. Some people say leave him in there, but they don't keep him out. He was 13 years old when he did it. He had no prior records. Basically, a great kid before that.
Right.
It was literally his first offense. He was a nerd. Before that, it's pretty cool, chill black kid, and they bammed him. He's been a model citizen since then. I think he's like a lawyer or
yeah, they call him something Cochran in there.
Yeah, he helps a lot of people beat their cases and shit like that.
And he's filed a few cases against Florida for mistreatment and wrongfully charging him as an adult. So he's in the process of appealing stuff, but he only has 8 more years left.
Yeah.
Of the 28-year sentence. So I don't know if his appeal is gonna come in time to where he's already eligible for parole and they let him out anyway. But I don't see the problem with them letting him out, man. He was 13 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot
Working
of
as a
people don't
kid.
factor. Back then, we were like saying, the teacher was great, which they were. Mr. Bruno was a dope teacher. This, that, and third. But yeah, we do got factor. And this kid was 13. And like I said, kids don't be thinking like that, man. As fucked up as we can see him, he was not following through, and he had no prior record. He wasn't a trouble student before that.
Yeah, he wasn't a trouble student. Never had nigga didn't even have a referral going through school. Not even a detention. So
exactly.
But they don't look at none of that when you black.
Yeah.
All your good deeds and living a good life prior to your mess up goes out the window when you a black man or black boy especially.
Black boy.
Yeah, that's what it is. The moment you make a mistake, they hammer you. Yeah.
Black boy kill a white guy, they want to have that.
Oh yeah. And you gotta think too, like, they give him like an early release. You know how, like, his family or whoever will feel.
Well, you talking about the teacher's family?
Yeah.
Well, the teacher family, I don't know how they're gonna feel about it. If they're gonna forgive him because he was a kid. You know how that goes. If it was a black family, they'll say we forgive you, blah blah blah, all that. But we don't know how that's gonna work. And nowadays, even if they gave him they reduced his sentence and freedom. You know how many fucking of these people would be out there protesting that had nothing to do with the situation and have something to say? Like, you wasn't even affected by this. You don't even know. All you're hearing is that, this guy's getting out of jail early and he did this as a kid. They're gonna go out there and protest and all this bullshit. So society has gotten really so sensitive and fucked up that we don't even allow people to make mistakes and correct those mistakes. He's been in the pen for 13
20 years, yeah, more than 20 years,
21 years, because he's my age.
But he got 7 years. No,
he got 28 years, so he got about 7 years left. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, to me, he's a moderate front. So this is what you want out of them. You know what I'm saying? They might as well let him out. The family, he even helped the family out because the wife's mom, she sued everybody. Right? She sued the school, she sued his grandparents who had the gun, she sued the gun manufacturer. Like, you know what I'm saying? She went for millions. She was hitting everyone over the head. And he testified on her behalf for the gun manufacturer or the school. He would say to everyone but his parents. He would say to,
they have the manufacturer?
Oh yeah, they love for the bread.
If there's no, like, if the manufacturer didn't release like a safety lock for the gun, which manufacturers do all the time, they put out a gun but don't put out safety locks for it and all this other type of stuff for it, you could sue the manufacturer especially because it got in the hand of a kid. And you didn't have nothing to prevent that kid from using it because you didn't provide a safety lock for that gun, that specific gun. So she won that lawsuit.
Oh wow!
Yeah, she made millions between the lawsuits and the scholarships that they raised for her kids because they had the Barry Bruno Foundation. They raised millions for her kids to go to college and all that. So she made out pretty decent. It was a hard sacrifice, but at least it worked itself out in that sense. Her family of millionaires. They used to live downtown Lake Worth, in fact. So she still kept that property. It's probably worth millions. So, let's get into these absurdities, I guess.
All right. Anything I want to discuss other than what y'all did this week? Nothing I left out?
That's it. Got that closing coming up. That's about it. The motherfuckers make you jump through hoops with them underwriters.
Yeah, they know how that is.
Like they don't want us to house. Like they don't want you to get the house nowadays. Where? That's it. I don't have nothing new as far as that.
All right, let's jump into it.
Okay, absurdity. So we gonna do hip hop first?
Yeah, that's usually where we start off at, hip hop.
Yeah.
Okay. We had 6ix9ine and Wack 100 sat down for DJ Academics podcast. Because, Wack 100, the games manager and Blueface manager, said he wanted to sit down with 6ix9ine and he had some questions for the culture for him. But it just seems like Wack 100's a businessman or whatever, by any means necessary, he's going to get paid.
Now, so quick question, is this DJ Academic podcast just like him putting people together, or was he actually part of the interview as well?
He was actually part of it too, yeah.
Okay, because all I saw was Wack 100 and 6ix9ine going back and forth and talking. I didn't see Ack in the clips.
Yeah, he's there. He's in the middle, kind of like moderating it or steering up the thing. And Wack 100 was trying to tell 6ix9ine. He basically was trying to give him like clarity, telling him, you're not about that life. Stop playing with some of these boys. And 6ix9ine was trying to show him that these boys out here just be fronting for the gram, and he never said he was going to. They're like, these boys are trying to violate him. He only responds to people that tried him first, so it's not his fault.
Well, the more he's alive, the more he's exposing them.
Exactly. So he's just trying to show that he's like, he never messed with nobody, and I messed with him. And then Wack was saying, yeah, but you did the thing even that Nip when you went to his block. You're like, yeah, I did that because what y'all didn't realize is when I was in LA once, Nip sent a bunch of guys at my hotel looking for me, had them Crips going to the hotel, had Bloods checking different hotels everywhere throughout the city.
Wow.
And Wack was saying, he was saying, how do you know he was exposing it? Because like I said, you know how LA is, man. There's a lot of ghetto politics and shit that goes there. There's a reason why so many artists get their house ran through and people get the shit. It's like LA really is like a fucked up place. Like if you don't check in.
That's how Pop Smoke died.
Exactly. If you don't check in, these niggas will violate you. And by they mean check in, if you ain't getting extorted, these niggas will violate you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's how it goes. And you don't know where the extortion starts. You don't know if when you land at the airport, if there's someone there letting you know you touch down. You don't know if it's the gate guard at the security thing. You know what I'm saying? So for sure, the best thing you can do in LA is stay at a hotel. Because that, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna have their own staff and stuff. That Airbnb life really fuck you up. But like he said
sometimes if you're at hotels too, it'd be like kind of.
Yeah, but you're not they're not probably gonna go in there and shoot up the hotel. You might get roughed up in the lobby.
But you remember like even like in South Beach when what's his name was down there, young boy. Yeah. He was shot at in front of what was it? It was a Trump hotel down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, down there in South Beach, yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you decide you want to, if you're a hip hop artist and you decide, hey, I'm going to California, nigga, you better go check into Beverly Hills where them niggas know not to come.
Exactly.
Go check into one of them rich areas, Calabasas. Yeah. Is Calabasas in California?
Yeah.
Go check into one of those wealthy neighborhoods. You got the bread. You don't need to be dealing with niggas that's telling you to check in. Like, all you got when you go there, go to Bel Air or whatever, and say you checked in with the folks at Bel Air. What now?
Just get your police details. Say I checked in with the police department. What y'all want?
I mean, 6ix9ine can do that. So hey.
I mean, any of them can do that if you value your life.
No, because you know how it is with hip hop. Like you do things the right way. Niggas, call you what you call that?
It's extortion. And I refuse. It's extortion because if you don't check in, you get violated. Like even Wack said, he told them boys that the dude should have been in the hotel. Pop Smoke, he should have been in the hotel a little bit longer instead of being here. Like he's like, because he that dude had been there in a couple weeks and he got word back from a couple girls. So he's at this hotel. He's like, sure. So even when our girls start letting us know where this dude be at, it's a problem. By the time we even hear it.
Right.
So you need to be moving correctly. It's a wild thing out there. So he's saying, so we wouldn't know. We over here thinking that he's just trying Nipsey. But if that's what these niggas do in LA, where they trying people that's coming in, shit like that, he has all the right to violate Nipsey or anything like that because niggas is trying him. You know what I'm saying? People may not like it, but that's how it goes sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
So Nipsey was violating him?
Sending people to his hotels and shit.
So he knew it was Nipsey. How
According to the people that told him, and Wack's argument was like, "Oh, how you doing that? Them boys beef with the other side. They probably just stirring up the pot." But of course, that's what you do.
I doubt that. So
exactly,
tell you that.
Exactly. Why would
Come on, man.
That's what you're supposed to say.
Come on, man. Come on. Really?
So, what's the likelihood? The likelihood is that niggas don't like you because you're a snitch, and they would send your man at you if there's no consequence in them. I would believe that's more plausible that Nip would do that than it is him just randomly picking on Nip. You know what I'm saying? I would believe that.
That would make sense. Yeah.
Exactly. So I was like, so the shit is just crazy, man. I don't even understand even like the gang aspect of it, but it goes far because the gang culture concept of it, because Wack 100 got out of jail. He's a thorough street dude. And because that extortion thing is basically in a sense is why he got the Cash Money West deal. Baby, as long as you come here, you got protection. Just that 30, hey, I got little artists popping up. Will you guys give distributions on them? Yeah, no problem. Bam. And now you selling them out, doing promotions. Now this dude on Blueface got a banger on the radio every now and then. You got to do boxing promotions, whatever it is to get you money. Baby has no problem passing through his networks. You know what I'm saying? He has no problem managing his artists any way possible. It's like a new Suge in a sense. So, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of crazy. So the gang culture is still very much a part of hip hop, at least in LA.
And we know how it ended up for Suge. So
yeah, it's crazy because Wack's the only one that still seemed like he's still trying to press niggas this, that, and the third.
So it's not a smart model to model after. But what is it with 6ix9ine and Wack 100 versus 21 Savage and Jim Jones?
Oh, okay. So afterwards, 21 Savage called Wack 100. He like anything that shit some. He said he thought that shit was some lame shit that you sat there with a snitch the whole time. And Wack 100 ain't stepping down. Wack 100, nigga, I was just stepping towards a problem. If you got a problem, tell me anything. And they kind of went into it, and you see like Jim. And I think 21 Savage is more like you're like, man, I ain't on that on internet shit, on my mama. And I think just when he said, nigga, fuck your mama. I ain't trying to hear that shit. Nigga was just going on. And basically turning the street shit real quick. So like
wasn't this nigga 21 Savage recently
financial literacy fixing niggas' lives up, right?
Yeah, and all this shit when he got, I guess when they was talking about deporting him because he's not from here and shit like that.
We gonna have to remind that nigga. He see Trump he thinks it's safe because Trump ain't in my house. We got to send that nigga back.
That's the thing, man. This hip hop shit is fucking up a lot of people's mind, bro.
Yep. The one thing I like about 21 when he did the whole transformation, when he's telling kids about save your money, is that I like the fact that switched around, but I guess it's still very much.
Now you back on this no snitching street code shit.
That no talking to no snitch shit. That as if I love the I don't fuck with snitch shit as if black folks are one conglomerate. Like the gang, mafia folks don't have a problem with snitches that aren't in their camp.
Right.
They have snitches they have problem with snitches that are in their camp.
Right. And they'll willingly snitch on another camp to
exactly.
get that other camp out the paint. That's part of the game. Instead of killing somebody, you send that nigga up the road for 20 years.
Yeah, they don't have an issue with rats in other camps. Blacks are the only one that got a problem with rats all around, as if y'all winning in this shit. The shit is so fucking, it's so backwards, but just a lot of street politics, man. That shit that was going on to it. And then 6ix9ine was saying, if y'all want to press on me so much, how did Jim Jones get caught in the wire telling you that actually you super violated, basically ordering a hit? Everyone that was involved in this case got locked up. And Jim Jones over here he is on a wire. We hearing him ordering a hit, and he never got charged.
And that nigga over here falling off of stages at Versus and shit. He's still out here free.
So 6ix9ine is the 6ix9ine is what you say the agent of chaos, as you call him. He just want to show y'all all the hypocrisy. That's all.
Maybe he's trying to correct the game, man, because the game fucked up out here. 6ix9ine out here trying to fix it, man.
Yeah, he's just trying to show y'all the errors of the game.
He'll expose it, but he can't fix it.
He makes fun of G Herbo and shit like that, or what's the name from Chicago?
Chief Keef.
Not Chief Keef. What's the other one that's popping in Chicago? Dirk. Dirk talking about he's gonna stop naming people's name in his raps, and you see Chief Keef comment at the bottom. Damn, nigga, they don't blow your brother's head off, and this how you gonna end the beef? I think it's that constantly showing that these niggas.
Man, Keith ain't got nothing to say though. He out of Chicago. Nah, come on, man.
Not Chief.
He all the way in California.
I'm talking about
6ix9ine.
Yeah, 6ix9ine roasted him. 6ix9ine like your brother just got killed, and that's how you just decide you're just gonna call off the beef now. They're like, nah, that ain't gangster. You know what I'm saying? So 6ix9ine keeping his foot on his.
Well, he ain't 6ix9ine ain't gangster. So what the fuck he got to say?
Yeah, but he's also telling you guys he's not a gangster.
Exactly.
His whole thing now is that I'm not a gangster. I was doing this shit for acting and for
what's the
word?
Yeah, for clout.
But you can't speak on nigga who was like,
they spoke on him
lifestyle.
But they spoke on him, Greg. That's the reason he's airing them out now. It's like they started with him, and now
he's just trolling.
Of course, but anytime something happens to them, they're like, these niggas ain't really killing the ops like that. These niggas losing a family member every other week. He's actually pushing it. He actually, he's roasting these guys.
Pushing the envelope.
Yeah, it's a sad thing. So Jim Jones hops on what's the one app that it was Clubhouse. This all happened like via Clubhouse. Jim Jones hops on Clubhouse, and he's basically saying how you put the whole coast on. He uses that, and third. He's not talking to any nigga that's talking to any raps. Basically, now it might seem like there might be a Jim Jones Wack 100 type beef that might be going on. That should just get crazy. A bunch of rich niggas who apparently the money's not good enough for them. The money just don't do it for them anymore.
Man, just get your money and disappear, man.
That isn't good enough for them anymore, though. They got to get into the nitty gritty, though. They got to get into the street shit. You know what I'm saying? It ain't cool to somebody catch a body about them.
Shout out with the internet. I mean, like, all that street shit should, we should be going away. But
you can't be thugging on any over bandwidth, because that's what niggas doing. Niggas thugging over cell phone signals and shit. Like, that ain't. Come on, man. Leave this shit off the internet. If you really gonna be about this street shit, be about the street shit. Leave that shit in the street. You don't need to be on the internet talking about this and that, putting hits over here and there. Come on, man.
Yeah, it's wild, bro. We'll see how this thing airs itself out. Well, Wack 100 is very thorough. He's the one that when the nigga was bugging game, he was knocking people out. He was knocking niggas out and shit. And but these young boys don't give a fuck. So we'll see if Wack 100 keep trying these young boys. You know what I'm saying? Thinking they're sweet, talking that old gangster shit like these young boys give a damn. These niggas might get a stripe off you.
Facts.
You know how it is. Nobody's untouchable in this game, and like we've seen before. You know what I'm saying? Even with the nip thing, telling the nigga that was we seen how that played out. When you told the nigga here the niggas was a snitch, you going to get from around here, and how that ended up. So
I think what's his name, even Dirk, like he had a shootout at his home in Atlanta.
Yeah. They've been coming for Dirk.
Yeah, him and his old lady.
Yeah,
shit crazy. Yeah,
they've been coming for him.
I remember after that happened, people was like, relationship goals.
Yeah,
I was like, this is the fucking goals y'all want, is to have to defend your life by people invading your house, nigga. This ain't no fucking relationship goals. Relationship goals is being on the beach and not having to fucking worry about it.
Yeah. Motherfuckers really be, because it's also a new thing in hip hop where rappers are with their girlfriends. Rappers are openly in relationships.
Yeah, they think life is a movie.
So people online, they'll post any picture of Kevin Gates and his wife Drika, or any picture with what's the name of his old lady, Moneybagg Yo and Aria, and shit. It's all these different couples, and they'll do one gangster thing, relationship goals. I seen one the other. They said. You see the one they said they wanted, the one with Moneybagg Yo and his old lady. They said, I want this. No, they showed Sierra and
Russell Wilson.
She's conflicted. I want this, but I also want this. And they showed Moneybagg Yo and his old lady. You conflicted. You're really conflicted. The guy that's making his multi-millions a year playing a sport, no risk of his life at all. You're conflicted of wanting that life, as opposed to this guy that has to do club walkthroughs and niggas trying to bust his head and shit. Like people are
retarded, bro. Why wouldn't you just want the Sierra and Russell?
Exactly,
because he can do everything Moneybagg Yo can do, plus more.
With
no worries.
Well, he is. I mean,
with no worries. Like, I guess they want to dress like Moneybagg Yo and take pictures like them, but want to have that comfort and safety like Sierra and Russell Wilson, and that shit don't go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, niggas be wildin', bro. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be wildin'. So it is a fantasy land up there. What else do we have? Got a few people just watching the title.
Looks like we have Slim Jim and Soulja Boy boxing.
Yeah, Slim Jim from Ray Shormer. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Them short life, them boys kind of disappeared on us, huh?
Yeah.
Them boys were the biggest thing not too long ago. He said Soulja Boy. He said he'll challenge Soulja Boy to a fight.
He challenged Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy didn't challenge him.
I think Soulja Boy said he'll take on any niggas, and that dude said he's all coming. Say, yeah, I'll box Soulja Boy anytime. And he said, and then Soulja Boy told his homeboy, Soulja Boy to the other member of Ray Sherman, told, hey, I'm not gonna do that. So some Jimmy said, I'm gonna be the first rapper to knock out Soulja Boy. And Soulja Boy's always the first at something.
Right.
So he said, I'll be the first rapper to knock out Soulja Boy. So that would be a good fight. Two skinny ass niggas out here fighting.
I know that's like super featherweight.
Super
featherweight.
So that'll be a good match to see how that works out. The y'all see this whole thing that made the internet pop this week. The Nick Cannon thing. Nick Cannon went on the Breakfast Club and he broke down his views on misogyny and having a kid with one woman and weddings and marriage. And he gets in his in his super woke decalcify your penile gland bag.
He got into his I'm wearing this turban bag.
Yeah, I'm bringing out this turban and I'm about to speak some crazy shit to y'all, that high level pimping. And the internet was like, he said he's seen it, he sees a lot of stuff was Eurocentric as far as having to marry or raise your or having only one wife. I mean, only having to kill one wife.
That's not Eurocentric though.
Well, it's Eurocentric as far it's very Eurocentric as far as having only one wife.
No, because we had from Europe, we had a lot of the early kings, emperors. A lot of them had more than one wives.
Yeah, but that was only the super wealthy that had more than one wife, and even if you go back
King
to
Henry,
Henry, that's what I'm talking about. King Henry was the first one to introduce divorce and stuff because he wanted to divorce his wife, but it was against the religion, so he changed up the whole religion so he could divorce his wife and get another one and shit like that. So
because she couldn't have a boy.
Right, so
she can have any,
she had kids, but she didn't have no male heirs.
She didn't have any, but that's not her fault because the man is the one that selects. The man's sperm is the one that generates the boy or the girl.
Yeah, he ain't trying.
Let's look at it. Okay, let's look at it today.
He ain't trying to hear all that, He just
but let's look at it today. You got Nick Cannon who who's worth a lot of money. I mean, if you want to do that, he can support it. Okay, that's him. But you look at the average man who can, barely deal with one wife and
but I don't think he's advertising.
Take care of a family.
I don't think
what the hell are you gonna do with more than one wife? What the fuck?
I don't think he's advertising.
And who's also barely getting married also
But that's the thing, Gray. I don't think he's advertising that regular men do this and that everyone should be doing this. I think he's saying that he's in this position where he can do it. Just say for instance, me being super wealthy and I want a kid, I could just go hire a surrogate to have the kid with no problem, and I don't think nobody would look at it any kind of way. It's just because these people are jealous that he's having sex with these women and having kids. But if he went out and just paid a whole bunch of surrogates to have a whole bunch of different kids, I don't think people would be complaining. It's because
niggas is mad because nigga he getting the baddie pregnant every week, and they're not even fighting over it. They're all cool. He's cool with his baby mamas. None of them have no issue. And people are just saying, damn, it's because a lot of kids are the same age. But you have two arguments. People are saying that the fact that you're having all these kids with these different women, and two, they're like, well, how about the kids? How are you gonna possibly have enough time for all these kids?
You won't. He's not gonna have. If you're super successful, super wealthy, you don't have enough time even if you have one kid.
Exactly.
So
I gotta get this bag.
I could put all these kids in one fucking huge mansion, which I can afford, and I could buy, and I could build on my own. And then when it's time for me to be home, I'm home, and all the kids are there.
Listen, the man's building a legacy. None of his, out of all the kids, he got 7 kids, like 6 or 7. None of his kids, none of his baby mamas will call him a deadbeat. No issue. They all took care of him. All his baby mamas don't work. You know, he said, have a baby by me, you get laid up, you good, you take care of the kid. I got it like that.
He hit him with
it
that
makes
50.
sense.
Have a baby with me.
Yeah.
What 50
Be a
cent?
millionaire.
Yeah.
I'll write the check before the baby get here. Some
shit.
shit.
Exactly.
Some shit like that. I can't remember the bar.
That was the line.
I was a boy, bro.
So Nick Cannon out here, some people hating, and Nick living the life, man. I don't mind how he's doing it. Other than he said he believes there's monogamy, that very Eurocentric stuff, but it's just high level pimping. Nigga gonna be able to have as much hoes as he want and not get married. We ain't gonna want that. Who's not gonna want that? It set the internet on fire though. You know what I'm saying? They call him Father Abraham, all sorts of shit like that.
I gotta go check out the interview. I wasn't able to check it out. I saw maybe one or two clips of it, but I didn't really see the whole interview, so I have to go check that out.
He also said that the internet should forgive the baby, just like him. Sometimes we misspeak. It could be a learning.
Yeah, about that. Yeah,
it could be a learning opportunity, just like how he did, which is right. If the Jews accept Nick Cannon back and they run shit, the gays oughta look the other way. You know what I'm saying? they can look out for the baby.
You don't even have to look the other way, but give a nigga some grace.
Give a nigga some grace. Yeah, let a nigga come back.
Like it's not like that. I've been out here gay bashing people and beating up gay people. Like I just said some things and like
I just said some wild bullshit that
on what y'all do.
Exactly. So I don't even understand. Like in
What's
my
crazy?
eyes, I won't never say I don't support the baby because he said what he said.
Oh, it's crazy. If you go to like any Southern club, at least, or even some of these later DJs, I've heard them use that same chant. If you ain't got no AIDS, yeah, women saying all of some of the same shit. He just thought he was a DJ that night. You know what I'm saying? That's all acting a little wild, but at least
no, he just didn't remember where the hell he was at, and this shit was
exactly
by a million people. You say that shit in one of these Orlando little hole in the walls, nobody bats an eye.
Damn.
Nobody bats an eye. Everybody laugh and keep it pushing. But it's just the stage you're at. Time and place, baby.
So Nick Cannon, like I said, so the internet, I think he could father, like I said, he's got the means to take care of his kids and let him do it. People worried about him not having time for his kids. Listen, broke motherfuckers don't have time for their kids. People that get money don't have time for their kids. Sometimes the kids ain't gonna get time. At the very least, they're gonna have a legacy. They're gonna have some money left behind. They're gonna have that.
Like fucking Nate has 7 kids. No one's complaining about that.
Listen,
they let my dog live. But I guarantee Nate, you get some money, they gonna say you out here wilding.
Exactly. There's not enough time for anybody. I don't even see how that time excuses people gonna use. There's time. Listen, the moms think they can handle the job, but having the kids by him, and they're cool. They're not working. They like it. It's a nice little retirement package. You got his kids. Maybe my dog wants a kid in all 50 states. And people also block out the fact that he has an autoimmune thing, and he was almost dying before.
Well, he has lupus.
Yeah, I think lupus. Yeah, and
his doctor said he's gonna have a shorter life than normal people.
Yeah,
so
which they do. Yeah.
So he said, you know what? God said to be fruitful. Let me go be fruitful while I can.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So he was almost dying before, and now he wants to live his best life and leave something behind.
I think I would do the same thing.
Yeah.
if I found out I was dying like in 2 years, I'll try to get as much women pregnant as I can and leave as much seeds as I can. My wife just gonna have to accept that.
Like I'm be here forever. I'm be here forever.
Yeah, I don't want to just live in y'all memories. I want y'all to see something.
Niggas want you to live their memories only.
On that note, we have to give a big RIP to Mr. Freak. Lake Worth legend. We known Mr. Freak since I've known Mr. Freak since the early 90s.
I'd say since at least elementary school,
right?
The latest middle school.
Nah, I would say elementary. No, we known him since elementary because he
that's what I'm saying. When he first came from Haiti, for sure.
Right, that's elementary school because I was still living on the north side when they was living right across the street from me. So
good dude, man. Good dude.
Definitely a big RIP to him, man. Like that shit is senseless, bro. Because this dude was a good dude, Didn't bother nobody.
Yeah, definitely good dude. Got out of the phase of club fighting and anything like that. Even this situation, I hear apparently was supposed to be a breakup of a fight, but the sad thing about it is people started tweeting about him dying or messaging that him dying before he actually did die.
Motherfucker. Like I thought it was only celebrities, but I guess he's a celebrity in the neighborhood.
Yeah,
he's a celebrity in the city, so people want to be the first to break the news. Like, let that shit come from the family, bro. And you're close to his family. You know his family's there, so that's why I didn't post nothing until I saw it come from the family first.
Here's what I realized though: when you're dead, dude, you don't belong to the family anymore. Though. You're like a newsreel. You belong to the streets. You belong to everyone. You're a past tense. Yeah, you live in memory now. So of course it'd be nice that only the family gets to speak on the dead, but now you're a thing. You from here to a past tense, so they can speak on you, have this. But people spoke on him dying, and we found out he didn't die. It was like a couple of weeks, maybe like a week or so later, he did die. But the odd thing I find that is once the people say that you died, bro, from what I can know of, it's just a matter of time before you die. It's messed up as it sounds. Same thing happened to Obed. My brother had a friend when they're in elementary school named Jaime. Was it Hector or Jaime? Them niggas were young boys, fucking North grade. He might have been in middle school. They stole a car.
You talking about his name was
Hector
Howard.
or Jaime? Hector,
it was Howard.
Right? Howard. They stole a car, went to go riding, gunning it around, and crashed into a pole. Motherfucker was in a life support. His parents had to pull the plug on him. But we're here, and he died in RP like a couple of days before they did until the family had to pull the plug. Like I said, from all my things I could have, from him to Obed to this case, once the public or a couple people chant that he dies, or DMX, once you hear it in advance, DMX another one, it's like the banshee, though. You know the animal, the mystical animal, they hear the banshee wail. When the banshee wails, I mean someone's dying that night. Once it's in the air, once it's in the aroma, ain't no taking it back. It's just a matter of time.
It's like the public killed you anyway.
Yeah, the public killed you. You're dead. It hasn't gotten back to you yet.
All right.
I've never heard no one say they heard the person die, and then I hear now he's fine, he's out here. Only person that died multiple times would be arrived was that one Black Alex.
Yeah, Black Alex.
He's the only person that we hear he die almost every few years, every few months, and
he'll be back. He'll be back out here screaming. But Black Alex get down. That was my favorite Haitian artist, bro.
He's the only person I see never died or something. But everyone else, when they speak on you dead, bro, it's just a matter of time, man.
But another thing I didn't really like about this whole situation was when someone dies, stop posting the motherfucker's mugshot, bro. Like,
was that what they're posting, the mugshot?
I see a whole bunch of people posting mugshots, rest in peace, over the mugshot. I'm like, bro, this man was
what they had.
No, it's not, because this man is a camera. This man's a cameraman.
He's a cameraman, exactly. He got so
he got so much footage, so much photos out there of great photos of him in great light, and you decide that you're gonna show you're gonna send your condolences with a mugshot that's like over 15 years old. Like, come on, bro. Like, people don't respect people's family. People don't respect the dead. Like, have some class, man. Don't post a nigga's mugshot when someone dies.
Okay, I think now I'm just realizing who you're talking about. Like you're talking about, like, he used to have the I think he was on MySpace back in the day. Had a page on MySpace, or there's had those pictures. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Oh wow. Damn.
Main guy, man. I said, if you know Top 6, you know him. Top 6, Mr. Freak, cameraman. He's the main dude, promoter and makeover. So it's not very popular. Jimmy Short dude, but
I don't even like. And half of these people posting these RIP Mr. Freaks don't even know his real name.
What are you gonna do, man?
They gonna find out his real name at the funeral.
What I hate the most is that half of them gonna show up on its proper attire at the funeral.
Exactly.
You know how that's.
And you already seen how he carries himself when he goes to a funeral or goes to something that's of significance. He dressed properly, and he's a stand-up dude. He's not gonna come to your shit.
Well, you're not gonna get that. I guarantee you. I was thinking of going down, but I gotta see, man, because between everything.
Well, you shouldn't go down.
Well, the viewing or the visual is at a club, so you already know that already gave me high alert. But like, I don't know if I'm fucking with this shit to begin with. But
And if you
the
do
funeral, I
go,
wouldn't mind.
if you do go, decide to go to show your respect and nothing, I would say stay way in the back, away from people and shit like that, and don't tell people, hey, your situation, don't come up to you and shit like that, just for precaution and shit. And if I'm there and I see you, I'm gonna let everybody know that you shouldn't
That's
be
big
by that.
COVID right there. That's
Yeah,
big COVID. Yes,
you shouldn't be by that nigga over there because
unless you try to get that casket too. Listen, like I said, my things came back negative, but either way, I gotta see how that go work. It depends on. I mean, they've been new, so I don't imagine it's gonna be a long autopsy or anything before they do the side funeral services or anything. So.
there shouldn't be no autopsy when you die from that. It's not like there's any foul play or anything like that. You see what happened, so there's no autopsy performed on those types of cases.
We got another friend of mine who died from COVID. I'll tell you off air though. She's crazy.
Who?
Recently. No, I'll tell you off air afterwards.
Is it 2 girls?
Nah.
Okay.
Right.
Because my mom was telling me somebody passed away recently, and she was trying to remind me who the person was, and I couldn't really put it together.
Yeah. What else we have? Yeah, shit is wild out here. People is dying. Different. I was saying, I had an in-law. Well, I guess I should say, my brother, my sister's baby mama. He passed. This past week of
Your sister's baby daddy. You said baby mama.
Yeah, baby daddy. Yeah, he passed of COVID as well this past week or the week before.
And the thing I forgot to ask you, what was his? Did he have any
pre-existing? He was on the heavy side.
Okay.
So I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know anyone that's passed from it that didn't have pre-existing.
Well, there's plenty of people that's been super healthy and caught it and died. So
yeah, that I don't see. That's rare. I'm sure it does happen, but that's the rarity. You know what I'm saying? Everyone I know either they had high blood pressure or they're heavy set or diabetes. They have some other thing that when that hits you, it's like a double whammy.
That's why you need to be careful, nigga.
I don't have none of these things. You
a heavy ass nigga. What you talking about? You a heavy ass nigga.
Yeah, I agree.
So be careful, nigga.
I'm big, but I don't have any pre-existing thing. I'm a picture of athleticism, but I definitely.
Hey, so what's the speaking of more serious? Like, what's the what are you guys doing to separate the people that tested positive and the
in our house?
Yeah.
Oh, we're all in the same house. It's not no separated. We're just gonna have to be bat down for 2 weeks together.
So eventually, damn.
But that's the thing. Like, it could just only be 3 of y'all that has it. But if you guys continue to stay in the same house, everybody might end up getting it.
I mean, I wouldn't. I'll be hard pressed to think that either we. Luckily, the tests they give us, they don't let you know if you have the antibodies in you. So they just told me that was negative. Because there's the rapid test and there's the PCR one, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the PCR one, is that the one that lets you know if you have antibodies? The longer one?
No, the PCR just goes deeper in because the rapid could be a false positive or false negative.
Yeah. So we got the rapid, but I want to get the PCR, see if anything like that. Because if I have the antibody, because I want to know if I go.
They didn't give you a PCR and a rapid.
No, it's one or the other.
That's
so
retarded.
Damn odd. But it's because it's the drive-through time.
Yeah, you definitely want to go get a PCR because
I want to get it because before I get the vaccine.
Right.
Because they won't let you double dip. If you have the antibodies, they'll make you wait before you get the vaccine, right?
So you guys can't send the 3 people that confirmed positives somewhere else?
Our kids? Where the hell would you send them to?
But it's with the mom. It's not like it's just the kids. The mom is also. So
it's half the family now. We're all in it together. We're all in the.
Y'all wildin', bro.
Y'all in it together.
That's the thing. You guys have the means to separate and not have a big issue. So
I mean, there's one other adult. I'm the only other adult that come back negative. The only other kid is like I think the one that was complaining. I think he might have been the first one. My youngest son, he might have been the first one to transmit it, but maybe it's out of his system because he was the first one complaining about headaches. So maybe it might be a false negative or anything, whatever it is. But he's good. Like, and my daughter's good. They're just basically doing the 2 weeks. And saying, but we're separating as far as per room, anything like that. But for the most part, I want to get the PCR to find out if there's anybody because we're getting ready to get the vaccine anyways. We weren't going to get the kids the vaccine, but we were planning to get the vaccine. But I know once you have it, how long does antibodies stay in your system? Is it 2 months?
It varies. They can't really pinpoint it to a time frame.
Wow.
And now with the Delta variant,
that's something else I did that I forgot to mention. I went and got my first dose, bro, on Saturday.
Oh, so you finally got it.
Yeah,
you got it through Walgreens?
No, I went to some pharmacy that's down the house by my down the street from my house. It was like literally 5 minutes. It was a drive-through. You should give your name and set up the appointment. They just come out and poke you and you drive off.
How much you charge you?
Nigga, COVID vaccines are free. If anybody's charging you, it's because it's a scam. They shooting water into your arm, nigga.
Shit, saline. I didn't know it was free.
Right.
It's got a big waiting time. I'm like, damn, maybe that's only because of waiting time because they either charging the lease or this, that, and third. I thought it was like $25 or something like that.
If you have insurance, they'll take your insurance. But if you don't, it's free. So just tell them you don't have insurance. They can't turn you away from getting a vaccine for free.
Ah, okay. Look at that. We doing some shit right in America. We out here passing socialism medicine. Socialist medicine.
Yeah.
Niggas that don't take it serious don't understand the rules of this COVID shit. Niggas like you.
I did not take it seriously. I was just like, you just got your things this last weekend. What are you talking about?
But I'm talking about I made sure I was up to date with everything. I
made sure I waited out my time. You know, I've been fairly healthy this and third. I'm masked up where I'm at. So,
are you guys forcing the kids that test positive to wear a mask in the house?
No, they're staying in their confined area. In their rooms.
How hard is it to lock kids into their own room and tell them, hey, you have to stay in this room? You can't leave.
Fucking love it. They don't mind. That's what they do anyways. You know,
and you guys
just all you got to do is bring them up to bring for you. You got to force them to get out there and go showers more than anything. You
guys are just gonna be bringing them everything they need while they're at home.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. And the only other one, the oldest one, probably come down. I have her wearing masks come down. But we're gonna be busy between the moving in the new spot or looking what we're doing anyways in and out. So yeah, we'll keep them confined for the next 2 weeks or so, see how that goes. At least they didn't need like any fluids or anything. Like I said, it ain't hit them like a full flu yet. I don't know if we're getting worse, God forbid. But we'll see. What else are we on?
Still on hip hop, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. We got Dr. Dre's 38-year-old daughter, entitlement, talking about, like she's doing bad in life, and her father don't want to help her out, give her money, which he has given her money before.
I mean, he cut her off just last year. I think we spoke about that last week.
Oh, we speak on that, yeah.
Twitter loves to bash a black man, though, how they do. It was the whole thing talking about, imagine I'm a whole billionaire. My daughter's a homeless person. It could never be me, this, that, and third. I was talking to people, I'm like, bro, these rich folks cut each other off all the time.
And she got a child, you know what I'm saying? Like,
she got 4
at 38, like, ain't nobody.
Yeah, she got 4 children. Ain't nobody asking where her baby daddy at. She got 4 children.
Yeah.
She's 30 years old.
Goddamn, bro.
Yeah, nobody out here holding these women accountable whatsoever.
You just offended Nate saying 4. Like,
no,
Nate has 5.
No, that's different.
No, I got 4, but I get what he's saying. She got 4 and she's homeless.
Who's counting?
She got 4 and she's homeless. It's an issue. I mean, how are you going back to daddy? Don't make no sense. 4 and
homeless. Yeah. But even though, like, forget the money, but you got a guy like Dr. Dre. Like, think about even like the connection, the network he have. I mean, even like working with him, like setting yourself up, like on who he can connect you with. Like, it's just crazy. I mean, it's just, I don't know, man.
That's the excuse they're using online. They're like, all of her dad's connects. He can't get her a job. He can't.
Get out of here, man.
I was like, you don't know what he did. You don't know what he did to you for that point because he just cut her off last year. She's 38 years old. How do you get to this point in your life? Where you're still needing daddy, where you're 30 years old? Where's the baby daddy at?
Right, that's the same thing. Shannon Sharp came out and he came out guns blazing for Dr. Dre and was like, where her baby daddy at?
Exactly. Shannon Sharp was on the people online defending.
Yeah, it's funny. Like, women have like an issue, like keeping their baby daddy accountable.
Yeah,
like they rather go to like a total stranger, like another man who like they'll just date to like put their responsibilities on him instead of the guy that they just had a baby with.
I don't know if it's a pride thing to show the person you don't need them, but you need
What
somebody.
pride can you have? I mean, like
exactly, you need somebody. You might as well. You might as well be
fucked a
that
loser
person.
and had a baby by
Yeah,
him.
you might as well be that guy. Yeah. It's one of those things. I was like, and then you got guys like Mark Lamont. He was talking about what if Dr. Dre's history make you think that he would be a good dad. I'm like, why are you bashing? I was like, none of his other kids are having this issue. Why would you?
Fuck.
This is what I hate about some of these academia types that are in hip hop. Even a guy like Mark Lamont Hill, who every chance he get that's a black issue, he rolls it over to an LGBT issue.
What they got to do? You fucking 38.
That's what I'm saying. But why would it be a Dr. Dre bash? How does a grown man? I mean, how does a grown woman end up in the streets and the man, the elderly 50-some year old man, gets responsible for it? How much hurdles do you have to jump to insult for it to be Dre's problem? Talking about he's a billionaire. What does that mean?
That's like damn near 20 years after you done left home. Like what the?
And then what's worse is like that's what I don't get. It's no different when Trump's niece was out here because she got cut out the family when she was dropping the book against him. Didn't no one say why the fuck is Trump's niece talking against her? Where's her brother at? Where's the money looking out for her? Why is she out here doing a tell-all piece against the family? Where's that? There's none. See what happens when this black guy's always let me tear down them. It must be something that he did. That's something I don't understand. I'm like, bro, how y'all gonna hold him? And then you fast forward to this week. Quentin Tarantino comes out and he says that he didn't give his mom a dime because she dissed him when he was doing his writing thing when he was growing up. So he promised that when he made it, she would never get another thing. He said, other than helping her out at some tax thing one time, other than that, she didn't get none of the houses, none of the cars, none of the benefits that he's reaped. He's a millionaire, mind you, multi-millionaire. He said because he said she got to know that words mean something. And when she tried to crush his spirit when he was a kid. When she tried to crush his spirit as a kid, and because of that, she never reaped none of the benefits of his millions that he's made. You don't got motherfuckers saying, and that's his mom. Where's the outrage? Where's the hit pieces?
Right, I saw that shit too, and I didn't see no outrage.
Yeah, people talk about petty. And no one had no issue with it. But let it be a black guy cut off his grown daughter. Motherfuckers out here talking about he's a bad dad. Dre should be banned. This, that,
now, imagine if that director dude was fucking black and cutting off mama.
Exactly,
bruh. You know how outraged the black community would be, or people would be, and say he's a horrible person.
Yeah, the shit is
white man gets a pass again.
Exactly, the shit to me, that shit to me is wild to me. At the beginning, just looking at it, like, bruh, how the fuck is this Dre's problem? How y'all blaming Dre? This is a grown woman. Yeah, it's a whole grown woman out here. And I was just going back and forth. People online talking about. I was like. I was like, y'all have an issue with it because it's a girl. Ain't nobody have an issue with 50 cents. 50 done cut his son off. No issue. Like, people been calling 50 a horrible dad. I know here. It's because the man. Like, if y'all want to make homelessness an issue, majority of homelessness affect men. That's the half of the reason the shit don't get solved nowadays. Because motherfuckers like, he's a man, he's homeless, motherfucker. You got to get him by the bootstrap, get off the muscle.
Yeah. You're expecting him to hustle, yeah.
If homelessness only affect women, we would have solved homelessness by now.
Well, winter is coming, and a lot of women about to be homeless when they lift these restrictions and people are allowed to kick people out. There's going to be a lot of homeless women out there.
Listen, man, I'm just saying.
And the problem will be fixed.
No, what happens is, even when they do that, they'll have shelters. They'll have all women shelters. There's no such thing as an all men shelter.
No.
There's cold shelters. And there's all women shelters. There's no such thing as an all-man shelter. Why is that? Who's most affected by homelessness? You see? So it just goes to show people talking about like I said, the lady's living out of her car. And I was like, that's all sad and true. I don't know her circumstance.
And this is the thing. Everyone's saying she's homeless. Where are the 4 kids?
Exactly.
Yeah. Where are the kids? Yeah.
No one ever said anything about the kids being homeless. It's just her being homeless. So the kids are probably sheltered and well taken care of. She's just the homeless one. So she's the fuck up.
Yeah, people don't understand that. That was one of the things I just found funny. I was like, man, we don't know the circumstances for y'all to just automatically bash Dre. I don't subscribe to it. Yeah, one guy said Dre would be. I was like, they're like, well, Dre wouldn't be where he was at if he had actually he wouldn't be where he was at if he actually had to be a parent to his kids. I like, bro, Dre's been popping since he was fucking. You know, Dre was popular before NWA. He was part of the what's the name crew? What was it called? You know, they used to dress funny and what the fucking name of the group was? The Wrecking Band crew. What was it? Either way, Dr. Dre been popping, you know, long before he even had kids. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, so how you gonna put that on? This is a guy that was gonna be rich regardless. This is a guy that went to a plethora of record labels, from being with Ruthless to being with Dr. Destro to creating Aftermath to Beats by Dre. This is a guy that keeps reinventing, keeps getting paid. Keeps, I'm saying, like, how can you say he would have been that? Like, what are you talking about?
I know, like, this is you're calling him a bad father after 38 years.
Yeah,
of this girl being alive. Now he's a bad father? Come on, bro. She just fucked up the bag, and he's like, listen, I keep bailing you out. I keep helping you out. I keep giving you this, and you continue to fuck up the bag. You got to do it on your own. That's called tough love, bro.
World Class Wrecking Crew, 1985, the year I was born. 35 years ago, this dude's been popping since then. You know what I'm saying? So, and then, yeah, I didn't like how people was bringing up, you know, he had the assault case against D. Barnes and shit like that. I was like, yeah, that has nothing to do with his parenting or anything like that. That was old. You know what I'm saying? This is for y'all to try to push the thing back and try to assess his character because he got a 38-year-old family. Some of these kids,
how the fuck we're talking about parenting for like a 38-year-old?
Exactly.
You parent children, bro. You're not a fucking child.
You're a parent yourself. Like, you're talking about parenting of a parent.
Bro, it's just one of those things. Even what Mark Lamont said, it looks like
these niggas are clowns, bro.
I was like, Black News Network. I was like, it looked like they gave you the green light to turn out another black man today, because you never see no shit like this. Like, this shit's wild to me. Like, why would this be a hit piece against Dr. Dre? It really doesn't make any sense. So, like, he did nothing wrong. You can cut off your adult. There's nothing wrong with cutting off adult kids, even if he had no reason. They're adults.
Yeah, if you say, you know, I'm tired of this. You know how many people put their kids out at the age of 18 and say, you either going to college or military, or you got to do something. You just can't stay here.
All the time,
That's called cutting off someone off.
Little bird go fly off, yeah.
And then you had a whole thread online about people talking about, oh, not me, my kids can stay as long as they want. Mind you, motherfuckers don't.
Well, that's you. Yeah, that's you. They're gonna be losers.
My kids can stay out of listen, y'all.
Yeah, and they're gonna be losers. Yeah, and they're gonna fuck up your money.
That's one. And they're talking about how you gonna be generational wealth for you kicking kid out of the team. This money's for this money that they're gonna get the generation is when I die, not for when I'm here. That's
exactly.
This generation wealth is for when I go.
When you're parenting a child like that, like, you're not gonna have generational wealth.
Exactly. That's what I don't understand. That's what I'm saying. You think you just like pamper them Cuban side house, they're gonna blow that fucking bag.
And these are unwealthy people that's saying that bullshit.
They don't know the fucking exactly. They don't know the hell they talking about, man. I was like, man. But it's just wild to see.
Also, since we're talking about fathers and fatherhood, whatever, Future told his 8-year-old son, you know, his mom's a hoe.
I'm gonna take that as a rumor. Ain't no fucking way. I seen the tweet.
Ain't no way. They have proof. Like, I mean,
I seen the tweet. Even listen, in the words of Future, ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way.
So you picking the lyrics.
Even when I seen the photo, I was like, ain't no way. Ain't no nigga that cutthroat. The nigga just text back, your mom's a hoe. All right, no fucking.
The text is there.
His photos. Future, you ain't gotta say it. Your phone was hacked. I'm gonna say it for you. No fucking way.
It's just Photoshop. It ain't fucking. Exactly. It's not real.
I'm not believing it.
I could text something to my own phone and say that it came from such and such and post that shit online, and people gonna run with it.
Yeah, that shit is wild, bro. And then the text is a baby daddy one, and then people are like, damn, how much baby daddy does Jit got? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Even that should tell you that it's what's name, because ain't no 8-year-old calling their father baby daddy 1, baby daddy 2, baby daddy 3.
What the fuck? Yeah, that's her. Yeah.
Because why would a kid put baby daddy? You don't have a baby daddy as a child.
Yeah, that's her. Yeah, that's her.
So is it a baby daddy or daddy 1? Whatever. Either way, it was multiple daddies. Like, that shit is wild to me. You seen the tweet about ask your mom what, dad? Your mom's a hoe. Listen, even if that is bad that you text a kid that, but let's not act like parents don't disparage and insult their kids' parents all the time. This is not news.
All right.
For me, like your mom's a hoe. You know what these girls say about their fucking dads? So these kids about their dad, your dad ain't shit. Your dad's scum of the earth. They tell their kids that all the time. Same shit. I like people be trying to paint a narrative like to me that's wild.
Yeah, you know, there's that whole Future's the most toxic guy, and that's just part of the agenda. So it's all bullshit to me.
I like the fact that he plays into it. The only one I said was a real vibe. He violated 2 times. The Gucci flip flops when he's talking about Larissa Pippen.
Mm-hmm.
That was a violation. You see that name Pippen on there. You know, he said this fucking bitch. But the latest one when he's talking about tell Steve Harvey I don't want to, like, brah.
That's not. You know why I don't consider that a violation?
Why?
Because Steve Harvey the reason he addressed Steve Harvey because Steve Harvey has been going around talking shit about this man. So the time he's defend himself, y'all gonna say it's bad? Nah, nigga has a right to defend himself. So he should make a remix to that bitch.
I think it's a tell Steve Harvey I don't want it. That's your daughter you talking about, bro. That's a fucking insult. And the song slaps. You know,
that's the thing. Like sometimes these people go around attacking people and expect the person not to say anything back. But not everybody's like that. Just gonna take abuse, and go take the higher road, nigga. Sometimes I gotta get low with you. You going petty, I gotta get petty with you.
Yeah, you want to be the bigger person all the time. Yeah,
yeah, man. So I wouldn't say that second one is is Future being toxic.
Yeah, I mean, it just looks that way because of course, no one mentioned until you remind me that Steve Harvey did say a couple of disparaging things about Future. We forgot all about it because that doesn't fit the narrative.
Because people don't make noise about it; they just clap about it when Steve Harvey was dissing Future. They just clap about the shit.
Yeah, as soon as he hits that, tell Steve Harvey, and I don't want to be like, oh, I like, damn, and this shit slap, bro. Fucking disgusting. So we gotta see. What else should we do?
We still in hip hop.
Let me see. In hip hop, I had another good one. So that was. Oh, now let's go to Meg Thee Stallion. Meg Thee Stallion said last week she thinks it's time hip hop tackled the LGBT community, and I love it. I love the fact that she thinks that hip hop should tackle the LGBT community before we tackle misogyny. Mind you, we out here calling bitches bitches.
Why don't we?
We out here treating hoes like hoes before we even factor in that. Let's factor how we treating girls. This is a girl, mind you.
Listen,
who also calls bitches and hoes. And let's keep disparaging women and let's fix this problem first.
Right. Why aren't we fixing the treatment of each other in the hip hop versus?
Listen, that's what I love the most. I love the fact that I don't even love it. It's so sad how the fleece has been pulled over these black women, though. It's so crazy. Y'all fighting for shit that before you even fight for your own right.
Right, because you're saying black women is the most unprotected women. That's not fixed yet.
Yeah, that's not fixed
yet. Why are
we
not fixing that before we tackle something else?
Yeah.
Like, Megan need to get the fuck out of here.
Well, Megan talks
that's all
about
clout,
Pippen,
bro. That's all clout. She fucking clout chasing, bro.
People definitely roasted her. People say, "You don't get the fuck out of this. I'm about to blow up this tour right damn now." Because of that, people are mad about it. People say she clout chasing because she was trying to ride. She want to, put some heat on the baby because the baby brought out Tory. So it looked a little wild. It was clout chasing, and I was like, I just loved it. I said, also when she said that, I said, you mean even before we tackle misogyny, then I'm here for it. If that's what y'all want to do.
Because all this talking about let's help the LGBTQ plus community, all of this is in malicious. It has malicious intent towards the baby.
Exactly.
So she's not doing it out of the kindness of her heart or anything like that. This is just all malicious.
I mean, it's malicious to begin with. That you can't say let's talk about the gay community when you still out here and because she raps like a male rapper. She still says shit about hoes and bitches and still slut shames and real disrespect. We're still very misogynistic. Just like remember when it came out when they're saying is what's the name? Remember what was that one female rapper? The gay one, man. He's spitting.
Rhapsody.
Young M.A. Remember they said that she's the first misogynistic female. Remember they act something like that?
Yeah.
The header. So she was like people like because people was propping her up. People like, oh, it's good to see female rapper blow up. But if you listen to the lyrics, it was no different than what male rappers were saying.
True, yeah.
She wasn't on that eat me out. So she was like, I'm taking down your bitch. You hoes giving that guy. Yeah. She was just like a male rapper.
Giving head, yeah.
Yeah, same shit like that. She ain't saying about niggas. Shit. It's all service to her. None of that getting niggas do that saying shit. So they're like,
talking about making females deep throat, but
exactly. Shit like that.
All types of SMDs without no D.
Yeah.
How you gonna promote SMD and you ain't got no D?
Hey, I know you remember that video when that Woodite kept the strap on and she said, how much dick you want? How much dick you want? She got her fence. She kept it on the tuck just in case. How much dick you want? So she was very misogynistic, and Meg is also very misogynistic. You know what I'm saying? You know, because she talks a lot of Texas pimping and shit like that. Where the fuck do pimp culture come from? Do women win in pimp culture at all?
Of course not.
You know what I'm saying? So, but she would rather tackle LGBT first. That took me, I was like, bro, y'all black women, y'all really taking the L out here. Y'all really taking the L out here. And I love my sisters, but y'all really out here y'all got men out here. These other men tricking y'all got position. Remember we told y'all this is the most elite level pimping is these gay men that's about to trying to replace these black women. You know what I'm saying? So,
and you know she hangs out with nothing but gay men anyway.
But that's how the music industry is anyways. You're gonna always hang out with gay men because they're your stylists, they're your dressers.
No, I'm not saying, but like, no, these are like
fans.
Her crew is.
Her crew is always. It's always gonna make.
But that's not how. That's not. I don't see. You don't see.
Cardi's like that too.
Do you see
Cardi and Nicki? Yeah. That's how the industry.
I guess that's the newer ones.
Oh, the old ones used to be like Eve. It'll just be a bunch of guys.
Right. You have the Eves. You have the
new ones that when
Trina was first coming out. She was. It was around men. There was a lot of gay people around.
These new ones when they make them pop stars. You know, pop world. Yeah. Once you're pop stars, when they make you big, it's all gay guys. You know what I'm saying? It's all gay guys, and your girlfriend, and maybe you can bring your boyfriend along. You know what I'm saying? You're diving right into a matriarchy every fucking time. You know what I'm saying? But it's the women thing. That's how that setup is. You know what I'm saying? So especially with the women. So it's kind of crazy how that goes. And I was just shocked. I was like, man, out here, that shit looked so. What's it? It sounded so stupid. I was like, oh, this shit is wild. Y'all don't see how stupid this sound. Y'all over here talking about we gonna tackle LGBT. I'm like, how you gonna tackle some shit like that? Anyways, what do we have? We have the Tory Lanez finally. Tory Lanez versus Cassidy.
We spoke on that last week.
No, he dropped the song on him this time. Tory dropped the song this time.
How fire is the song?
It was decent. It was fire. It's kind of notorious since you're a little bit of a runner. He said you was in that hotel with R. Kelly. We should be flaming you. You know what I'm saying? You gave him a little slight smack, but it was more so Tory being smart.
Quick jab.
Yeah, a little quick jab. Tory rolled it in with his little album. He just dropped a digital NFT album that he sold for $1 each. And with that album, he said it's mainly for his fans. He said last time he sold an NFT album, it sold out in like 72 hours, and then it sold back online for like $17. So he said this is $1 each. Buy as much as you want. There's only been a limited supply. And within like 48 hours, within like 3-4 hours, he sold 1 million.
Hey man,
so
that's
so he went platinum, sold 1 million copies, and now the people that own those NFTs, they can resell it if they want to make their money like somebody.
And what? He's independent also.
Oh, he's independent, fully independent.
Oh wow, okay,
that's making $1 million.
He get that bread, yeah.
He getting that bread. These are the people you wanna big up because these folks are showing a new way to get money successfully and being innovative on this shit. Because I never heard of anyone selling NFT as an album.
Yeah. He's
the only person you ever heard of selling one album, one thing which was innovative was Wu-Tang. But that got into the wrong hand.
It got to the wrong hand. Now we can't hear it.
Now we can't hear it. And now the government owns it, and the government is selling it.
What if the government actually, instead of your stimulus, we let you stream this Wu-Tang?
If they what?
They said instead of your stimulus, we let you stream this Wu-Tang album.
That'll be wild.
We let you stream this Wu-Tang for a month to get our money back. Yeah, because they took it from. Yeah, he's out here. He's out here making shit, getting shit done.
Yeah, being innovative, showing y'all a new way. It is what it is. Shout out Tory.
Yeah, someone last week when they were roasting the baby online, talk about they tried roasting Tory. They said, "Oh, I was just saying, why didn't we cancel Tory?" But then I looked at his schedule and I was like, I realized he'd been canceled. And I think I responded to that person. I was like, bro, Tory Lanez is making 16 million streams a month off Spotify alone. And she's about how much you get paid. She said, how much you get paid to riding his nuts, putting that comment. I said, I get paid just a little bit more for you getting paid for it. I said, I get paid just a little more than you do for hating. When she blocked me, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers don't like facts.
Listen,
you thought you heard this nigga podcast. I'm just here to let you know this nigga's still eating. Don't let the media trick
this
you.
This nigga Nate gets blocked every fucking week for his bullshit online.
There's a black woman every day blocking me online. Nate, and I don't be bothering my sisters out there, but if you're unopinionated, you ain't going to go along, get along.
Damn, dog.
They'll initiate, then they block you, bro. It's so disrespectful.
Long as they don't find out you part of this podcast, we good.
I put the podcast on there because I be popping. I be putting some tweets, so we should be ringing off. I should go viral, get 1,000 reshares and all that. I got to, so I said, I got to pin, make sure I pin the podcast on there. We'll get some followers on there, but as long as people like us and people like critical thinking, so as long as you think outside the box. Sometimes some people ain't gonna like it, man. And I'm almost through with Twitter, man. It's a good thing to get an idea of the popular, or I guess like I said, what they call black Twitter, which is really just black female and gay male Twitter. The idea of what they're either, like Duval says, what they fake caring about today. It's a good idea. It's a good barometer to find out what they fake caring about today. But that's about it. It's not like you're gonna change any minds or anything else. But if you want to find out,
blocked every now and then.
If you want to find out who's the guy that they're about to cancel or what they're mad about now, it's a good spot for it. But if you're thinking about to change minds or have any critical dialogue, nah. You're either part of the get along or get off this train. And sometimes I'm part of the stuff that they're mad about. But anytime you think opposed to that, just know it's cancel time for you.
Gotta get him out the gate.
Yeah, we got to block you.
All right, let's jump into pop culture.
Pop culture.
What's this anti-shower movement you got on here, Nate?
Man, these white artists these celebrities been coming out right and left talking about how they don't shower. First, it started a couple months ago on Twitter. I remember if you remember, like last year when white folks were talking about
they don't wash.
I don't really shower my legs.
Yeah.
I just shower from the top and let it drizzle down. And other celebrities just come like they're cool enough. I don't see the big deal. I didn't shower my legs in a year. And then I think Ashton Kutcher and Mina Kunis, I forgot them. They're from that 70s show. Him and his wife, they're talking about, man, I just use wipes. I shower my crotch and my armpits every day, but the rest practically never. That's what he says. And the lady, his wife says, yeah, me, I'm pretty much the same. The nooks and crannies with the, get them there. You say nooks, slits and crannies, with that. But everything else, whenever I get to it. These people are openly admitting how they don't shower. You had Brad Pitt saying on a scene, talking about, you remember someone saying, damn, bro, you're a little ripe. And, him and Angelina Jolie got those kids. They're like, man, he's like, I got so many kids at home. I'm either getting pissed off. So sometimes I got time, man. So I just be me. And then someone tell me I'm ripe. I just make sure I get them wipes. He's got to learn about the wipes, right? From armpits or something.
And funny thing is,
until someone tells me again, I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
There's like people who got like at least like 10 bathrooms in their home.
10 bathrooms, bro. It won't take that but 10. It won't take that but 2. These motherfuckers is not showering.
But see, these people are just so inconsiderate of everybody else in society. Like
they are, because he said he only showers when people tell him that he's right. So he's gonna funk shit up until someone like, bro, you a little muscular. Oh, right, thanks, bro.
Yeah,
thanks,
bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, that's why people buy cologne, deodorant. It's not for themselves. It's so you don't fucking mess up the environment for somebody else. Be considerate of people around you.
Oh, these motherfuckers, it's crazy to me, man. I'm like, bro. And there's more and more white people coming out saying it. And I know there's plenty of white folks saying, on that shit. That's the other thing. Bro, what the fuck's he doing? What you got us looking at like here? But, Black Twitter loves it. They're like, bro, someone did make a thing. They're like, are white folks late to taking showers? Or are they onto something that we haven't got? We haven't been up. We haven't been privy to.
They always come up with. There's always people that come. I'm not just gonna say white people, but there's always just people that come out with some bullshit to back up their agenda.
Well, apparently we're not supposed to be taking soap showers every day because it takes off the natural. It kills the natural oil in your skin.
There ain't no fucking good bacteria for your ass. Get the fuck out of here.
Listen, we ain't trying to handle that good bacteria shit regardless. The good bacteria gonna have to die with the bad bacteria because we're gonna take the shower. We're gonna take the shower.
When it comes to bacteria, we throwing the baby out with the water.
With the bad water, exactly.
We throwing the baby out with it. Fuck that.
Listen to the people that have the best skin, who have the skin no crack. We should be the regimen y'all follow. Don't listen to these folks talking about Donald shower every day. Y'all need to be copying our regimen. We shower and we lotion. You know what I'm saying? I'm wondering, is the lotion the reason that Black people they say it's because I know it has a lot to do with the melanin where we don't crack as much, or we don't wrinkle as much. But I'm thinking the lotion could play a big part, bro.
All that black don't crack is because of good hygiene.
But it's a good hygiene. The lotion is also a big part.
Plenty of dudes that look like they 40 and they 21.
Exactly.
It's because them niggas ain't showering and washing their ass properly. So that black do crack. Black do crack.
They just don't highlight exactly.
If you ain't taking proper hygiene remedies.
So, I think for sure that it's just a surprise thing to see online though. And I've seen Brad Pitt, some high name white actors. I'm like, this shit is crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? I give Ashton Kutcher props because he's out here when he's not being a celebrity. Half the reason you don't see him is because he owns like a tech company and they're over here stopping child trafficking and shit like that. It's just crazy. If you ever look into it, he does a lot of that work. Like I tell you, it's I remember for I went on like a deep dive on the internet about like child trafficking, and the guy was breaking down how so little the government resources go to it. Mm-hmm. Like whatever you put your money in, you're gonna find the money. U.S. puts a lot of money into drug rehab. DEA. So there's always finding drugs. They're always finding ATFs, always finding guns. He said they put a minuscule amount, less than 10% of what they have towards child trafficking. So the reason we don't see a lot is because they don't put the money into it. He said, but that money, he said the finances, the money there's. Saying you got someone that's working for you free labor for a good 8 to 10 years, and that's making you money over every 15 minutes.
I remember when I went on this couple trip to New Orleans, we was discussing human trafficking, and it was like, there's so much human trafficking going around, but we personally don't know anybody that's ever been human trafficked.
Exactly. So it's almost like it's not existent.
You don't even know because sometimes they keep these people on these drugs, and they might you might think they functioning like regular people, but they're really being trafficked.
Yep.
But you don't ever even see it, so it's crazy.
It's such a big scale that like he's like it's such a thing that we don't even notice. Not just there's the sex trafficking, there's the human trafficking. There's still slavery going on that we don't even notice. That's happening right in there. There's people that they may coming from other countries, and you bring them into your house. And those people never leave the house. They just work from inside your house. That's all they know for 20, 30 years. That shit is insane. So I give him props because he's doing that. I was like, so if my dog got to miss a couple showers, he's saved the world. But I guess I said, but Ashton's the only one I'm gonna let slide.
Rest of y'all go wash your ass.
Exactly. What else we have in pop culture?
All right, so we have DC introducing a gay bisexual Robin on Batman.
Yep, and Boosie said, I told y'all, Boosie going off right now.
This like, there's been a whole thing for years about Robin being, Batman fucking Robin in the ass and shit.
jokes like
but
that.
But now they're making it where it can really be happening. Because next thing they're gonna tell you is Batman's a little bisexual. Because everybody, how that little black kid said it on the commercial. Everybody a little gay.
Everybody a little gay. That's what he said. What was that from? Anyways,
I can't remember, bro. It was one of these things that they were shooting.
It's funny how like we weren't even pushing heterosexual on our on kids, like from like their early age.
Well, the argument for that is you are,
and now you got like this gay sexuality, like we're really pushing that on. They're really trying to push that on, like our kids now.
So next time I go to a kid's birthday party and it's themed Batman, I'm gonna be in that bitch like
Gay!
Yeah, really? Oh,
Listen, we don't have to push heterosexuals, but this ain't the default. It's kind of like black people saying, how come there's not a White History Month? That's what the argument is. They're like, every month is White History Month, so you don't have to argue. So they're saying, since the default is heterosexual, since you see couples kissing, having babies as the default, you don't have to push it because it's there regardless.
Yeah.
So
I understand that part of it, but
I understand that part. I understand even the like I said, my thing is here's my I feel it's like what I argue every week on here without going on a gay rant, as I said. They're promoting one thing without
we at 140. We're gonna come back at 150 after Nate go on this little gay rant.
We're promoting one half of gay section. We're promoting gay love without ever covering the other fact of it. You know what I'm saying? The hypersexuality or anything that goes on.
Yeah, it's almost like you can't speak about it unless you put the sexuality part into it. Because everything is just regular, everything is just.
It's like you said, it's what do they call it when you stigmatizing? They don't want to over stigmatize any disease, so they just said we won't speak on disease anymore. They don't want to stigmatize what goes along with a lot of young gay folks, which they tend to be. They either molestation or they tend to date older men. There's a lot of that purview in that gay world for the gay men, at least. And none of that's spoken on, but you're talking about knowing yourself, knowing that stuff, or they felt different. Like, nah, I don't know about the lesbians, but I know there's a lot of trauma that comes with the gay men. That we just, because society, we've moved that to a point, we're just going to act like it didn't exist, or and you're homophobic if you even speak on it, apparently. That's off my high horse. That's the only thing I like. I feel like it's not a genuine, it's not an honest argument. It's not an honest take. It's like black folks saying we should be able to rap about everything, which is cool, but to act like it has no social repercussions.
Yeah, it only makes it worse. So.
I'm saying it's a lie to act like it has no social. It's like I've been saying on this podcast years before when I said the way these girls are becoming like niggas. I'll say that almost 2 years ago. I told Judo, I said, listen, the way it's switching, these girls are acting like niggas, the way they link to this music, this city girl stuff, it's gonna have ramifications.
Yeah.
I was saying that almost 2 years before, back when we started Waldo on the pod. And now that we fast forward, we got Kevin Samuel telling these girls, like, look what
they're too masculine.
Yeah, there's ramifications. That's what I'm saying. Pretending like it doesn't, music or audio or social standards don't have ramifications. All this stuff, it all comes at a cost. There's a give and a take. There's a give and a take. If you have women now here cool with dying lonely, there's gonna be offset to that. Or people that didn't get married, or just having single fathers, or having no fathers. There's a consequence to no fathers at home, right?
Sure.
So how are we gonna act like saying you don't need a man, don't have any consequence?
And the sad thing is you got the church pushing that too.
Yeah, it don't make no sense. There's a consequence to everything. Yeah. Saying you don't need no man has a consequence.
I was listening to The Godfather the other day, and he made a good point about the black church and how the pastor don't mind single women because
he's smashing them.
He wants them to look at him as the only good guy in the world. So all other men are bad except him. So it keeps that dollar flowing.
Keeps the dollar flowing out the mention,
especially with black women making much more money. That means the church getting much more money. So they're good with you being single.
Black women are the main source of bread for the church.
Yeah, it's like 80. It's at least 80%.
Yeah, so if they're making more money, the church is going to eat. They're the main breadwinners for the church, and yeah, you can see how they have a vested interest in it.
Yeah, and they don't want you to have no man because that man is going to tell you, hey,
he gonna cut that fund. He gonna cut that fund.
Hey, yeah, they said 10%, but we going with 3%. We're going with 3 this week. So yeah, man, I see that.
Yeah, I can see how it goes. It's definitely true.
But back onto this Robin being bisexual. We don't have to add sexuality and everything, bro. I
You
remember
know,
growing up, there was no sexuality in fucking comic books and shit like
Yeah.
that.
The fact that you have to really push it is just like,
Like adults used to slip that shit into where only adults would understand what they're saying.
exactly.
But
Yeah.
now they're actually making it a point so the kids could understand the
Because
sexuality.
they said so
shit.
the kids could feel representative. I like
represent who?
there's some shit the kids only represent. I only like girls, but I don't mean that I need to know that I should be smashing them.
So hold on. Representative of what in kids cartoon? How you need to feel representative in
Okay. They mean like if you're a gay kid, you'd like to see other kids on the cartoons that are also gay, that we feel represented.
What about the kids that aren't gay?
Well, there's a majority of
was there representation?
They want you
they're there. All the other kids that aren't gay on the show.
they want the kids that are not gay to understand that there are gay kids and to treat them all the same. I get that part.
What the gay kids didn't understand, like the kids that aren't gay need representation too.
They do. They're the default. All the kids that are not gay.
How can you say they do?
Other kids
Because
are
listen,
not gay.
all the kids that aren't gay are those kids that are not gay.
Yeah,
So
if they don't say nothing about the kids' sexuality, that just means they're straight.
Exactly. You get it?
Yeah, leave it be. They're kids. Like leave it be. Let them make their choices.
That's one argument.
When they get older.
That's what we're saying, that they don't need to, like, because you don't have to put in that gay stuff to anything with sexual preference. You don't have to add it into comic books. Kids are just gonna take it's based on imagination, so you can imagine whatever you want as a kid. No one's telling you not to imagine this or imagine that, but you don't have to put it in there where sexuality has anything to do with it, in my opinion.
Yeah, they ain't going for your opinion.
No, man. Like you're an adult, man. Why the fuck you need like to put that shit in kids shit? Like what the fuck you worrying about? Like, like having it in, like the kids section. Like, it's like you really do need it that bad. Like you need.
Well, some of those adults are also of that lifestyle.
No, man, I think you got a fucking issue. Like,
it's not parent. Well,
if you can be what you are and be happy and leave people alone, like, nah, man, fuck that shit, bro.
Well, like I said, everyone's got.
You really got to overreach and everything. Like, get out of here, man.
Everyone has an agenda. Black artists tend to start drawing black superheroes.
This week, Gray's gonna take Nate's gay stand.
Nate's gay rant. Gray go for the gay rant. Listen, you got black guys.
I'm not mad about like people who want to be like who they are, but like, okay, if you have to push it onto other people, then you're really not comfortable about like what you really want.
I respect it because you do have to push on other people.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Here's how it works, Gray. You think and you don't.
No, you don't.
But these new kids that are growing up, you can't say the F word, you can't say the R word. You're socially conditioning them to how you want them to be, how you want them to treat a certain people. You know what I'm saying? The same way that these kids know they can't go around saying the N word. That's why we have some words that you're going to say word behind them. So they want to condition these people to know how certain people want to be treated, and you want to start at the kids level. They're not doing it for no reason. There's a reason there's a conditioning they want you to get to it. That's why these new kids are more accepting. Maybe even in the future, you're gonna have girls that are cool with even bisexual men. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, guys could fall in love with what they want. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how many times my daughter joke around, oh, that's homophobic or that's
you know what that shit cause?
But that's what what it causes a bunch of
it created disease, yeah.
I don't know a disease. I don't
it does.
Disease. What do you mean?
He's saying gayness create disees.
No.
Yeah, that's what I feel like.
That's what I heard, nigga.
No,
that's what I heard.
I'm a great joke. I was like, hold on, what do you mean by that?
Like, whoa, wait a minute.
No. You're talking about like bisexual when you're jumping around different sexes, different partners, all at once.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure that has some disease ramifications, but I'm just telling you that lifestyle wants to be represented. Like that's what the Robin's gonna be. Everyone has their own niche and what they want to represent. So I don't like that's another thing. They pretend that they said they're not trying to push anything. They are trying to push anything.
They're pushing it.
They're pushing it because
like fuck out of here, bro.
But what's the reason though? Do they have?
The funny thing is, we never even push heterosexual. Like
we definitely push heterosexual.
We didn't.
How do you not get that? The default
we did not.
Heterosexual. You don't have to push it because Batman was dating Catwoman. Spider-Man was dating Mary Jane. By default, all of them were straight, so that's pushing it.
They
didn't have a girlfriend.
It's just the base. It's just natural. There's nothing to push.
Well, that's what they mean. Because if the characters were like Ninja Turtle, where they never had no girlfriend, then you'd say they didn't push it anymore. But even in Ninja Turtles, Mikey used to love April, so there was always a straight attracted to a straight guy attracted to a straight girl in every cartoon. So you can't say.
But that's not something that was pushed. That was natural.
Even natural showing it. You don't
Listen,
need to show.
Gay is natural.
You don't have to show it for it to happen. It's just natural.
Yeah.
Animals aren't pushed like heterosexual shit on animals. They're just natural. There's nothing we push on animals for them to push on,
I don't like
heterosexual shit.
Online, Greg.
It happen naturally. Even plants.
This is where they're gonna show you the outliners because there's gay animals.
Great.
This is where they're gonna create an A-line.
I'm not saying they're not.
Great,
but
great. Listen. Do you know being gay is natural?
Yeah, that's.
Can you understand that or accept that? Say it, nigga. You better say it. They can't see you. They can't see you shake your head. No, nigga. You better say that shit.
Really.
Yeah, there's gay. I think gay.
It is not natural because it doesn't reproduce. But like, I'm not saying if you have your right to do what you want to do.
But there's
natural.
It's not fucking natural. No, it's not.
Don't have the capability of reproducing. That's not their fault. Just like being gay is not your fault. It's just how you're born.
That's how God created us. I mean, like, it's not.
God created gays too. That's the insult that people say that God don't create gays. God created kids with cleft palates.
That's a behavior. God
created kids with cleft palates.
God created behaviors.
Blindfolds, missing domes, missing hearts. To say that is gay is where he draws the line. I'm like, nah, that's the real.
Missing parts is not a behavior. That's not.
That's
not something you.
But it's a natural
you got
occurrence.
Folks that are half retarded, people that are very angry. He creates them all.
Yeah, it's a natural occurrence, bro.
Yeah. But there is also that's unnatural. I can't say unnatural. There's stuff that gay is two things. There's people that I feel like are born gay. Sure, that's wired that way. And I do feel that it's going to act like conditioning can't turn you gay too.
But you know what's going to happen? We're going to have a lot more ridiculousness in the future. So we're going to have people who are going to make excuses for even like murderers. God create murderers. We just let me have my murderers right and go ahead and just go on a rampage.
Well, there's always going to be excuses. This is where, let me take the Kevin Samuel approach. This is what the strong male figure is there for, to keep order.
Where is he? He's not even there to raise kids. I mean, come on, bro.
I'm just saying in general,
exactly.
in society, once you get rid of said strong male figure, you lose order. You have everyone do what they want, running the month. So everyone has their purpose. Just to get on Kevin Samuel's side, the male figure is there for society to keep order and protection. You know what I'm saying? And conquest. You know what I'm saying? So that's the male, that's the strong male. That's societal standard. That's what he does in society. You want to get rid of him, now you have more melee, more do what he want, flower child, let them be whatever they want to be. But it might be to that society's detriment because the other society that don't subscribe to that gonna come and take your shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Gray not fucking with you on this gay stuff.
Really, bro?
Remember at one point I was the most homophobic. Everyone was saying I was the homophobe. And I clearly told you it wasn't me.
You wasn't the whole time.
Nobody's homophobic, bro. Just
remember, y'all remember that, right? We had voicemails saying how homophobic Juno was, and I was like, I'm not the homophobic one.
What else do we have? So yeah, DC out here. We got Ken, Eminem's ex, Kim. I forgot her last name.
Kim ain't dead yet. How many times Eminem killed her?
She just went to the hospital for attempted suicide. This is rich. Some of these rich folks, they just can't get their act together. Eminem's not with her. She had remarried. Maybe she figured she fumbled the bag.
I thought they was actually together. They weren't together no more?
They've been broke up.
Yeah, they've been here.
Yeah, they've been broke
Since
up.
his last 2 albums.
Yeah, he hasn't been with her for
You know,
long.
I don't fuck with Eminem like that, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, she's remarried and everything. So maybe she feels she fumbled the bag. So yeah, I don't know what's the reason, but she committed suicide, and they posted it, and then people out here just start roasting on their line and said, "Can you guys make sure when y'all post this stuff, can y'all disable the comments?" But I'm like, why disable it for? I'm anti-suicide, so I figure you gotta shame niggas. You gotta make when the nigga wake up from that suicide, he looks online, he sees he's getting roasted, he's like, fuck, I can't do no dumb shit like this anymore. But so that goes. I think that's it for pop culture. You got anything else?
I got one. Yeah, I got one. Got comedian Tony Baker's son died from a car crash while street racing.
Yeah, fucking sad shit, bro.
Who's Tony Baker? What he playing?
Tony Baker, he's the voiceover artist. He always does those animal voiceover things on Instagram. He's a black comedian, hilarious, man. Fucking popular. I'm always shocked when I see because he shows you his house. When I see his apartment, it should be fucking tiny. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of these artists live in LA. Them niggas barely living, but this is a dude with over 1 million following. All his videos make a couple million. But he stayed in LA because his kids stay in LA. So I can see he's still got an ex-wife. He's paying child support, and he could have easily moved to Atlanta or somewhere else. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But he's an active father, and he lived in those conditions. Yeah, his oldest boy died. The shit's him and 2 other boys. The shit is just fucking sad. There's been an outpouring. He's definitely gonna be a comedian you hear from pretty soon. He's like a bigger man. This dude got a huge following, bro.
I probably know his face. I just don't know the name.
You definitely know. You may not know his face.
Yeah, you've seen his face.
You definitely seen his skits. All those animal videos have the voiceovers with the ram hitting somebody or a monkey acting crazy or Gerald. They usually black named animals. You know what I'm saying? You definitely seen the skits. I've seen a couple. There's one of the pages I follow. He's a solid dude though.
Oh, okay.
What else do we have in pop culture? Got anything else, Greg?
No, that's it.
All right, so we might as well move right along to politics. Florida is leading the nation in COVID cases.
What should I expect?
What do you expect? Yeah, we the hot boys.
Yeah, man.
What's his name? Nate, don't say we.
Government is very reckless
part
out
of
here.
The hot boys.
Well, I'm actually cleared, so I'm not part of the hot boys.
You part of the hot boys because 50% of your house is COVID infected.
Yeah,
we have hot here.
Your household, yep.
Your household.
We have hot on this side. So, Governor DeSantis is doubling down. New York, California just mandated that all schools, teachers, and employees get the COVID tests. Vaccine, so you already know vaccine. So you already know automatic, whatever California does or New York does means the opposite is going to happen in New York and Texas.
Yeah.
I mean, the opposite is going to happen
Florida
in
Texas.
Because I saw a meme today, and it was Joe Biden and DeSantis sitting next to each other, and there was the quote was like, "What are you planning on to do with this COVID stuff?" And he was like, "The opposite of whatever you do."
Exactly.
So that's Florida's motto. Whatever the president do, we're doing the opposite.
We're going to do the opposite of that.
Fucking reckless, man. Yeah.
You know what's crazy? Because he always loses in the beginning because the people are going to die. A lot of people are going to die, a lot of affected, but then it's going to level out and it's going to flatten. And after it flattens and goes down, he's going to come back and claim victory again, like he always do. Right now, he's done.
It's tough. It's tough.
Right now, the block's hot. Huh?
He's going to say, we did the right thing. That's why our economy's booming and everything.
Yeah. Right now, the block's hot.
In Florida, but shit hot
when everyone's shutting down, right now, the block's hot. But once this shit gets cools down and other people die somehow.
We're going to have, funny thing is, traffic is still high out here. Even worse than before COVID. Traffic is more busy out here for some reason. We have seen it.
The streets is open, B.
The streets is open. Right now, I hear we're about to head towards another shutdown, which, like you like to say, Greg, we're about to be out of toilet paper again. So, so I don't know if we're headed towards another shutdown. If we are, It's crazy because I don't see Joe Biden do it. Like, I think we just did the jobs report. They just said 1 million new jobs added this last month. And no one wants to shut down again.
No,
Yeah, nobody does. Yeah.
That shutdown was crucial for people, bro.
But if you don't shut down, how do you stop this?
But then again, it's like,
By
okay, you
having
need to shut
everybody
down some
follow the
bills too,
rules.
because like bills ain't shut down. People still gotta, like make a living out here. People still gotta.
Whose bills hasn't been shut down?
Nobody's bills ain't shut down.
Listen, man, there's
People still gotta pay. People still gotta pay rent and mortgage.
Hey,
Gotta pay light bills. Gotta pay utilities.
How many
gotta
mortgage?
eat.
How many mortgage payments and utility payments you missed throughout this pandemic?
Who, me?
Nate.
Me, none.
Exactly, niggas. People still gotta pay their fucking bills.
But that's because I could. But there's some people that didn't pay none of it. But those people that didn't pay.
You don't see it from the other side, Nate.
I see it from the. I pay it. So
you can't exactly. You paid, yeah. Other people.
But there's people that have. There's landlords who hasn't been paid in a year. So there's people that haven't been paying.
Yeah.
And there's a mortgage assistance if you don't. If you
and that's to no fault of their own. A lot of them.
I thought by default when they said we're shutting down, all things should be frozen.
Because I've even seen like one of my what do you call that? I would say not mentor advisor. One of the guys I follow who also owns a lot of real estate. He's also got really pissed. He took on social media. He doesn't even usually does that, but he's feeling it because the CDC also extend the what do you call that?
That nigga ready to kick some people out, huh?
Oh yeah, extend the what you call it?
The moratorium.
Rent.
The moratorium for the rental.
Yeah.
Yeah,
hell,
bro,
I'm feeling it.
There's, I would say majority of the people that can pay their bills are still paying their bills. You have some people that can't really do it, so they're not doing it. But you have some people taking advantage of the system, which I don't think is a high percentage of people. But
it's America, man. Take advantage of what you can take advantage of, okay? You know what I'm saying? That's it. You do what you can. It's messed up as it can be.
But it's like if you're gonna do that, then you gotta subsidize, like the producers, the renters, the providers, or else everything's just gonna fall.
They're gonna get took care of.
It's gonna get. No, it's not. They're not, Nate. They're not.
The banks aren't requesting any money, so the landlords.
The banks not requesting money. Yeah, they are.
No, I mean, if you have a mortgage right now, you can get your thing be pushed back or.
But listen, guess what? It gets pushed back. But guess what they do? They pile all that payment up.
That's true.
You got to pay that all at once. If you didn't have it to pay it now, what makes you think you're gonna have it to pay like the whole stack of payment all at once later? Come on, man.
I'm saying if you're a business owner, for business owners to act like they're not gonna be the first ones to get bailed out, to me, it's crazy. They're not civilians.
The bigger corporations get bailed out. Small businesses don't get bailed out.
You're talking about corporations, but
small corporations definitely get bailed out the most. The big ones get bailed out, but the small ones
and they're a minority.
But the small ones get bailed out too. You just gotta hang on.
Not really.
Can you hang on?
No, they don't.
They're gonna have something for you. They're gonna have something for you.
No, they don't.
If the only person that gets left holding the bag that gets nothing is the civilian that just works from 9 to 5. There's something for all these corporations. There's a different when people are making fun of PPE.
You're talking about small business, not corporations.
Small businesses, when the PPE and all this stuff, these were for small businesses. Niggas are making fun of shit online, thinking that all government money is illegal or niggas pulling scams. People didn't do what they're supposed to do. There's that money is there. Matter of fact, majority of money has.
Yeah, and a lot of people are not getting it. A lot of small businesses are not getting it.
Yeah, but a lot of small businesses were afraid to do it because they felt it was a scam. Y'all keep letting these big corporations get the bailout, and the small guy, these white corporations are eating right alongside of y'all. Black folks swear what's the main thing? Say, oh, nothing's for free. I'm like, all right, y'all tell that to Congress and these other folks that nothing's for free. People out here doing what they gotta do, getting their forgiveness done. Y'all gonna see come next election. Y'all gonna see come next pandemic. Y'all gonna see all these people that y'all thought was going to jail. Y'all gonna see if they in jail. The shit is if you're a small business owner, it's hard to press for me to say that there's no kind of relief for you. Because
the thing is like they'll post it, they'll have it there, but then you go apply for it, then you're really not gonna get it.
Man, you know how it is with the government, man. Whatever thing they post,
exactly. So it's really not there.
It's not as that, but whatever thing they post,
they'll tell you it's there, but it's not there really.
It's not that it's not there. It's just that you have to put in that work to get there.
Exactly. There's always like 4 other variations.
So on top of running my business and dealing with this pandemic, I have to put extra work to actually get,
free.
come on,
how bad do you want it?
Yeah, it's free bands. Or do you want to go under?
That's BS.
How bad do you want it? Or do you want
I'm going under anyway because you're not getting approved.
Oh no, it's not. If you listen, people are going under.
See, when people in that position will say that.
Listen, people that's willing to do the work is
going to do the work.
Because remember, I gave you guys I was telling you guys about the internet thing.
Mm-hmm.
I had people hit me up and be like, "Hey, bro, I need you to send me that link. I need to get this. I need to get this for this internet." So,
because here's the thing, government.
If you bought it, you're gonna go do it.
Yeah, and another thing, what government does is they issue a policy. They do a very bad job advertising because they probably don't want us to get to the money. They cut the check for the money, but they don't want us to really all go get it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Just like they just signed this $1.2 trillion bill. There's money out there. We just got to figure out how to go get that.
Perfect example, Gray. How much military guys are out there homeless and they ain't tap none of their VA benefits? Does the VA do a good job of advertising its benefits? No. You already know only some of you guys do.
I'll say it does. Yeah, it does.
Advertising all its benefits?
No, not just the VA, but the military does. It does.
No, it don't.
No, it definitely does not.
Listen. From the person who's in, I know it does.
You're the one that doing.
What do you mean I don't know? I was in.
I say you're the one that does.
So you have a transition before you leave.
For every grade, I know 10
Stop yelling, bro. We can hear you.
Yeah.
Listen, Gray, on that point, the reason you say it does is because you're willing to put in that work to get that bread. That's why you don't complain about it.
I'll say it does.
How much people out in sense of
listen. I'll say it does because they do have like a class before you transfer out where everybody go through. It's mandatory. In fact, you go through that class and learn about all your benefits. If you weren't paying attention or you don't want to do it, then that's your problem.
And that's exactly what we're telling you.
In fact, I know like there are some other extra stuff that they probably won't show you. But as far as like the GI Bill benefit, the disabilities, you'll get that.
We know. Okay, let's go.
I don't know. Don't say you know.
Let me tell you the unspoken truth that a lot of these VA niggas be scamming the government, rightfully so. You know, it's not even.
They have a right to because you can't be wrong. The government's scamming you too.
Look at the majority.
Now this nigga Gray said they have a right to be scamming.
Listen, I'm just saying, look at the majority.
This nigga here wild.
Who's the majority of the people doing it in the military? It'd be these young white guys, is that a third? They tap in the middle. But then there's plenty of them. For every one or two of them, there's like 5 or 6 that don't know nothing about it. That's how I hear half of them chopped off.
Savvy.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you shouldn't have to be savvy.
What do you mean you shouldn't have to be savvy? That's life.
Well, but
that's life.
If the benefit was advertised proper, you'd have to be savvy.
Advertised properly. Now you want somebody to convince you.
But that's what I'm saying. That's how these government benefits work. You got to be savvy.
Anybody got time to convince you? Anybody got time to really like beat it into your head?
Exactly.
Man.
But you got to be able to go do the work and put in the work for it.
Put in the work.
This is exactly what we're telling you, Gray. We're not arguing with you about it.
But it's not as hard, like
it's not hard to you because you're willing to
go out of your way to get it.
Gray, it's not hard to you.
Gray, there's homeless.
To do it.
Most of these veterans are
all you gotta do is apply.
Most of these homeless folks are veterans. So how can you say it's not hard?
Most of them, no, it can't be most of them because there's not that many veterans to begin with. It can't be most of them.
It's not most of them, but it's a
lot of decent amount of veterans.
There's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot.
Say
a lot of them have left with mental issues. With, what do you call that? On bad terms.
And there's programs.
They did some stuff where like in the military where like they fuck up so bad where like they lose their benefits.
But there's programs to protect them, this, that, and third. No one's giving it to them. Some of these people actually getting their benefits used by someone else they have no one knows about. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of that, but you can't say there's benefits of the government.
Look, great. There's so much. It's all about putting in the work and doing the work because there's people that's
everything. Yeah.
Listen, there's homeless people out in the streets that are veterans that are getting paid by the government, but somebody else is getting that money.
Getting the check, exactly. Because they never go back. They never saying there's that. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it goes. It's just about. But I feel the main thing is about not only that it's outreach. The government has the benefits there, or they have the help there, but they do a bad job at promoting it. Like even with the internet
Great
thing,
knows
I've been
this
heard
shit.
of that.
Great knows this shit. Great.
Yeah,
Great
they don't promote it like that. So you thinking that you're defeated, it's not there. But there's always
No. Like there are some things that like you won't know, but like for the most part, when it comes to like the educational benefit, that's well promoted. That I can tell you. It's
Yeah,
well
the
promoted.
GI Bill is well promoted because everybody
that's
uses
the one
that.
thing. But
that's
but
well
the army
promoted.
is so much.
If you don't get the GI Bill, that's because you don't want to get it.
Yeah, but the army is so much
That's
bigger than the
not.
GI Bill.
We're talking about veterans. The GI Bill is that's
It's
being
for-
used a lot by people that are still active and
No,
just
not
got
really.
out
No.
of the military.
No.
We're talking about veterans that are out here struggling and homeless. That's the other stuff is not being promoted how you think it's being promoted, bro.
Yeah, it's not. There's not. It's not. It might be there. You got people that create businesses where they're like third party military business, or you go to them to help you get your benefits. Everything.
Yeah.
Why would they need service for that if the military did a good job of advertising? You know what I'm saying? There's always a service
For those people, like they'll do it like on like some of the other benefits. But like as far as it goes, like for the GI Bill, that's well promoted.
Yeah,
they'll do it
we
for
know
any
the
service.
GI Bill is well promoted, but even the 0% down payment on housing is not well promoted in what's name. If you know, you know.
That's
If you
well
don't,
promoted.
you don't. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Even that's not.
For that. That's well promoted. If you have the intention to buy a house, that
I mean, the passing the GI to your kids, I don't even that's well promoted because you got these veterans out here, their kids out here paying for college at their own pocket, and they're gonna just give their kids the benefit.
Yeah, that's because they not. Yeah,
You see, so,
that's a personal issue. That's not the military fault.
I'm not saying it's advertising.
It's a personal issue. I mean, you can't fix somebody's. You can't help somebody's. Not willing to do.
That's how the government's treating y'all businesses that they tapping these stuff. They're like, you can't save all these businesses.
Listen, Greg. You see, listen, Nate. You see how patriotic this nigga Gray is today?
No.
This is the most patriotic I ever heard this nigga Gray been.
But I'm talking about in the case of like business like benefits like through the government. I'm talking about even when you apply, you don't get them. You don't get these benefits even after you apply. You see what I'm saying? Not because you don't know about it. You're not doing it or doing the work. But I'm talking about even when you do the work, they still deny you.
Yeah, you gotta.
But they'll say that the benefit is there, the help is there. But
sometimes you get that disapproval. You find out why you got disapproved.
Great,
you
pull out that Captain America shield you got hiding behind you, nigga. Great about to pull that shit out and throw it through the screen.
Hey man, all it is some business, man. Hey.
What else do we have?
I like patriotic Gray.
For sure.
It's all a business. It's all a deal. That's all that is.
Other thing we have in politics is Andrew Cuomo stepping down,
which I thought was very vagina of him.
Yeah, fuck boy of him stepping down. Listen to these damn Democrats.
Yeah, man. Trump out here fucking mad bitches in the White House, and ain't nobody tell that nigga resign. And you got fucking Joe Biden that has many allegations of sexual harassment and
shit. You got Matt Gaetz who got child trafficking charges against him because he's messing with 16-year-olds flying on state lines and shit. He over here still serving in Congress, and you were at Cuomo about to step down because of the pressure. I'm like, why are you tripping, bro?
But Democrats are so fucking pussy, bro.
Yeah, I was like, he should just stay where he was at. Like, I'm gonna have to take my spot and get these benefits off.
You know what? I would have had to tell my fellow New Yorkers, we're gonna have to see this through, my boy.
That's it.
Y'all gonna have to see this through, my boy. Fuck all that.
Yeah, Cuomo stepping down. It's wild. They asked Biden about it. They said, "What do you think he did? How do you think how it was his serving thing?" He's like, "I think he's doing a great job. He served a lot of things." They said, "Oh, even you're like, well, can you say that with all these sexual women?" He's like, "Now you're like two things. You're like, now you ask me how he did as far as the job, or is that that's two different arguments." You know, they want to try to throw in this little sexual
like they try to throw out the baby with the bathwater.
Yeah. Like this dude ain't make voting rights a little bit more easier anymore.
That's how they did my dog Kels.
Yeah, they want to throw out.
You want to throw out the whole catalog.
You know, throw out the 12th play and all the good shit. Yeah,
you can't do that. Y'all got to see that through.
Yeah, man. I think that's it for politics. I don't think we have anything else. We got. Y'all want to jet the sports? I only got like one or two things in sports.
They really had nothing in sport.
Your boy is said he's gonna be trying to golf now.
J.R. Smith, I saw that.
J.R. Smith, yeah, he wants to go back to college.
He's going back to college and seeing if he can join the college golfing team and shit like that.
Yeah, North Carolina A&T State University to pursue a degree in liberal studies. So you can go back at 35 and still play for a team?
Well, it has to do with the NCAA rules and your eligibility. Like if you only played 2 years of college, you should have 2 more years being eligible to play.
But I thought once you throw your name into the drafts, you can't go back over again.
Well, the rules have changed in so much, so.
Oh, so you can. Now you can?
I'm not sure if the rules are changed where you can, but I'm pretty sure they're looking into that. And if he can, but I don't think he needs to go to college to start a pro golfing career because he has the funds and resources to get better and do it all
maybe he's already good. A lot of basketball players are good also at golf. So maybe he's already good, and he said, you want to go that route. And,
Yeah, but I don't see the correlation between becoming a professional golf player and going to college for it. You don't need to go to college.
I don't see that. Yeah.
I don't see the connection, so I don't think that
maybe
really has anything to do with
maybe it's super expensive.
He got the money. He has the resources.
Exactly, yeah.
Who wants to pay for it?
J.R. Smith.
Golf is not that expensive for you to have to go through college to
Listen,
golf.
JR likes to smoke, likes to chill. He's about to go to college. Where else you get to chill? You get to smoke, play some golf.
He probably lives on a golf course where he has a free membership.
Exactly, yeah.
Listen, JR said, I'm about to do this college shit all over again.
I mean, he's trying to do it as a pro or just...
As a pro.
J.R. Smith is going to college to fuck bitches. That's what J.R. Smith is doing.
And smoke weed and play golf.
We see what you're doing, Playboy. We see what you're doing, Playboy. Just what else? If you want to fuck bitches, just say that.
Just say that, J.R. What else do we have? We have
did we talk about the Lakers last week? Or did all that trade stuff happen this week?
That we talked about last week.
Okay. We didn't talk about Dennis Schroeder.
I don't think so.
Dennis Schroeder.
I think we talked about West. Did we talk? I don't know if we did or not.
No, I don't think we did. Like there's been an update. Yeah, where now you have Melo. It's really fully stacked.
It's an old team.
It's an old team. Yeah, it's a bunch of old guys.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Yeah, we
talked about it. They got Dwight Howard back?
Yeah, they got Dwight back.
Yeah, they got a nice old team.
They got a nice
old team, but you know what I'm saying?
You already know when the
old experience and those are like the elite.
I know, yeah. I remember even going to the playground when the old niggas come and hoop on y'all, the young niggas, ain't no winning. The niggas gonna box you out, they gonna do all that types of shit though. You could be all flashy and all that, you still gonna catch that L.
Yeah, true, yeah.
That's what the Lakers is about to bring to the NBA.
The old school game. They're about to bring the old school game.
Back in my day,
we did speak on Dennis Schroeder.
Yeah, man. Dennis Schroeder. All right, I guess I could introduce him. Dennis Schroeder had he had an option for extension to sign, and it was 4 years, $84 million if he would have extended. He says he wants more money because he wants like $100 million or something. So he says, nope, I'm gonna test free agency, and he goes out into the market. The market looked at that nigga. They said, get the fuck out of here, bro. We're not even gonna give you the $84 million that the Lakers were willing to give you. Wow. We giving you $5.9 million a year. Woo. Yeah, so that's a 75% decrease on what he would have gotten paid if he would have just took the money with the Lakers. Now this nigga damn near is playing at a veteran's minimum.
Can he go back to the Lakers? Can he?
The Lakers already gave that money away. They giving the money to the Westbrook. They giving it to Melo. They giving it to Dwight.
Yeah, they busting it down. They busting it down amongst the rest.
But the funny thing is, it's like you got to notice, like Lakers, they're the top market. It is a top market. That's where you're gonna get the most money.
Yeah,
most deals, most everything.
you're gonna get endorsements. You're gonna get all
Yeah.
types of shit just for being a Laker. Which
Yeah, you trying to go to Boston? I mean, come on, bro.
Listen, does Schroeder, does he have a chip with the Lakers?
Yeah, he won one. I think
So
he
he
won
has
one in
one
the
chip.
bubble. I believe he was there with them in the bubble.
He didn't win last year. He averages 15 points a game almost, which ain't bad.
But also, you got to know where you at too. Like you're not, it's not like you're the MVP, the top.
I mean, the money he was making, the money he would have been making, almost $21 million.
And also, even if you were the MVP, of course, like I think like the team that you won the championship with would most likely give you the most money.
Yeah, and nigga, you was playing with LeBron, nigga. You can't be saying you a superstar. You think
Exactly.
you got big headed because nigga, you playing with LeBron. Everybody shine when LeBron on the squad.
He was going to make $21 million with the team they have this year coming up. He would have made a killing, had a chance to get another chip. Now you make $5 million.
He missed out on like them 20 M a year.
Yeah.
Now to like, sheesh.
Listen, it's horrible for him.
Yeah, $15 million.
It's great for the Lakers because the Lakers was able to keep that money and bust it down to like 4 or 5 different players.
Wow.
That can do the exact same shit that he was gonna provide for them.
Even better, they got Melo.
Exactly, and they got Melo for cheap. They just bust it down.
And they got Westbrook. God damn, bro.
Nobody paying Melo his worth no more. Everyone get Melo for cheap.
One thing I want to say, like, if they win the chip, they can't say LeBron didn't have any help.
What do you mean they can't say you have any help?
But it's a whole bunch. Listen, you can't say that because all these players that's going to the Lakers, everybody been calling them rejects and no good for a team.
Yeah.
Now they're gonna get with LeBron and they're gonna start producing more than they was producing, and they're gonna say LeBron had so much help. But you guys were just calling these players bust downs, and they weren't that great. So now that they're with LeBron and they're gonna start producing, you're gonna say LeBron has so much help. That's the hypocrisy in the fucking sports media.
So
I don't know about that. I mean, like I always thought, like Melo was Melo's still nice, but like people always saying like he doesn't play defense.
He don't.
Yeah, which that's what I'm saying. Like you got to be an all around player. You can't just be one sided. So.
I guess he figures if you blow the team out enough in points, not play any defense.
Yeah.
That's
probably why he doesn't have the ring. So.
I mean, LeBron, if he wins this one, this will be his 5th chip.
5th chip.
So he could retire on that alone. He right there next to Kobe. So if he could get that 5th chip, you know what I'm saying? If you want to be, you know what I'm saying, when you got an old team, that old veterans team, you know what I'm saying? They might be able to run 2 chips out of 2, 3 chips. So if he catch Jordan,
long as them niggas' knees hold up, they good.
Exactly.
And everybody's healthy, Lakers is gonna be something to fuck with.
They'll get it because I don't think they need all of them on the floor at one time. I don't think they're gonna have them all on the starting lineup. I don't think Melo's gonna be on the starting lineup.
Dwight Howard's coming off of the bench. Melo most likely is coming off the bench. The only 3 starters guaranteed is Westbrook, LeBron, and AD.
Yeah,
that's a fucking squad.
Everybody else got to fight for their that starting position.
Yeah, and you got 2 fresh knees on there. So
where's Rondo at right now? They trade him to?
Rondo left the team last year after the championship. I don't remember where he went.
So Rondo has what, 4 chips?
Rondo has
I think
3.
3 or 2. Yeah, because he won 2 with Boston. 2. I don't know if he won 2 or 3.
Was it 2 with Boston or was it 1?
I think 1.
No, he won at least 2 with Boston. He was there the whole time.
I don't know if Boston won 2.
I think 1. I think 1. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think he has 1 with Boston and 1 with the Lakers.
Yeah.
Boston didn't win. I don't think they won 2 in that Big 3 era.
Yeah, they didn't.
You think so?
Yeah, I think they
Garnett. So Kevin Durant.
They're supposed to win it, I think in 2010, but Kobe took that away from him.
Yeah, so I think they only won 1 when they had their Big 3.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that game. They were supposed to win that. Yeah, and Kobe snatched that shit.
Kevin Garnett, how much has he won? How many rings? I guess you're right.
Yeah, it's 1.
Yeah,
Bob Pierce 1.
And Yeah.
I remember it
Oh,
being
yeah,
one
too.
because I remember when Paul Pierce was saying he was better than Dwayne Wade, and Jalen Rose got on his ass.
Yeah. He
And
had
he
a better
did,
Rose is
career.
ass.
yeah, he did say Paul Pierce won championship, Dwayne Wade 3. Yeah, so I do remember that they only won one.
Yeah, while he wasn't with the big three. Yeah.
What else we got, Nate? You feeling you them things is hitting you, bro?
Nah,
We gotta take your temperature every now and then because
I'm about to go biking in a little bit.
you out here living on the wild.
You know, I got to sweat out, keep it profuse, and stay young out here. I got the closing in the morning. But other than that,
You got your sea moss and all that shit.
yeah,
I got everything I need over there, bro. Let me know if y'all need anything.
We should be golden. You know, what I should get is Asosi.
I was looking for some the other day. I even asked Gray if he had some, but I couldn't find none.
Because Moise, the Asian president, before he died, he was saying the reason you don't see it so much in Haiti, according to him, is the fact that they have Asosi over there.
Yeah,
which is ginger root.
I mean, they got SOC here too. It's
just hard to find in our area. If I was in Lake Worth, I'd have that shit for days.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
but I guess
that shit goes all on the fences, all that. Yeah,
ginger root, is it? Yeah. So whatever it is, he was saying because of that. Haiti has more cases than it was released. I think they've only had like 400 cases since the beginning. Such a small amount.
They probably had the kids, but you had like a lot of less death.
Yeah, and there's also less testing, so you can't really.
There's also
if it was a lot of death, like you'll know, like compared to places like like even like Brazil and India and stuff like that.
They had shut down for 2 months before anyone. They didn't let no one into the country, so that played a big role.
That's what you should have done, yeah, from the beginning. So
yeah, we should. They shut down for 2 months, but because there's less testing, so it might not look as bad, but also doesn't spread as bad. Also, so let's see. Well, I think that's it. What everything else in sports?
I think that was the last one. What about recommendations? What recommendations y'all got this week for the people?
I'm gonna make a recommendation based off. There was something we were talking about at the beginning of this podcast. Well, I'll recommend
something. I don't remember what it was. With Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah. Are you waiting? I'll recommend Cocaine Cowboys, the latest one. There was the first one that had the one about the killing in Miami. The part 2 was about Griselda, the Bob Queen. Now, I guess the latest one, Cocaine Cowboys, it's about the guys who started the whole cocaine trade in Miami. And that shit is crazy. These niggas like 18, 20 years old. These boys, they were so early dealing that shit. Them boys would get caught with like 15 keys and only get like 12 months in jail. Because the laws.
I've been hearing a lot about Cocaine Cowboys, and I was like, y'all niggas just getting on Cocaine Cowboys?
Nah, it's because the new one. Yeah,
I didn't realize it was a new one.
Yeah, so it's dope to see people that sold maybe 400 or 500 keys, and they tell me, oh yeah, I used to sell this and I got out. Because usually in the other ones, when they're speaking on it, these guys, they're old, like, yeah, I just got done serving 40 years and I'm out. These guys I'm talking about, they didn't serve them 40 years. They were so early in the game when they got their time, they sold off the connect. But they're able to experience it. They were able to still be rich.
Well, yeah, it's probably because I guess they didn't really see the effects of cocaine and shit like
that.
Exactly. So
yeah, it did. Yeah. So this is before it got too crazy. The shit is dope, man. The money they had. But I be seeing these documentaries, like, man, I was born in the wrong era.
What was yours, Gray? Nate's was Cocaine Cowboys.
Well, mine is Joe Bell, starring Mark Wahlberg, on Amazon. I haven't watched it yet, so yes.
The trailer was just that fire.
Yeah, look interesting. Yeah.
Okay.
What you, Jimbo?
Let me see. This week, bro, I've been on a Papoose binge. I know a lot of people don't fuck with Papoose as a rapper. They look at him as Remy Ma's baby daddy, or the one that held Remy Ma while she was in prison. But I something popped up on my YouTube Music with Papoose, and the album was called I think July.
Mm-hmm.
Then I go back in his catalog, and he's been dropping an album every month this year. So he has a January, February, March, April, May, June, July. So he's dropped an album every month, and he's spitting bars throughout the whole thing. So
Oh, I didn't know we're doing music. For music, I would recommend Nas's King Disease 2.
yeah, that too. I listen to that too. I have a new Sunday anthem because of that album.
Yeah, fire ass album. Nas put his foot in that album. Him linking up with Hit Boy made a big difference. Different beat selection. The shit was just fucking fire. One of my favorite Nas albums ever. Wow.
Yeah, that album is good, bro. Especially that Sunday brunch and Sundays or Sundays and brunch, something like that. I was like, "Ooh, this is gonna be an anthem at the brunches."
Exactly.
Yeah, it is. That's why I remember. Like, I was hearing it. I'm like, damn, he just dropped this because it was like really what you call that relevant. Because you talk about like the ladies dancing on the table
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. I'm like, yeah, that just that happened like last week or something like that.
Yeah, bro. So that is a good recommendation for on the music tip. But I haven't really been watching TV, so I don't have no movie recommendation. I've been listening to that Papoose for the past couple of days.
Yep, that's it. No, I'm gonna give you my recommendations. Go ahead and sign us out, I guess.
All right, folks, you already know what to do. Hit us up on That's Absurd Pod on Instagram, That's Absurd Pod on Twitter, That's Absurd Podcast on Facebook, and you can always drop an email at that'sabsurdpodcast@gmail.com. And you already know the voice line is open. You can always drop a voicemail to be played on the podcast. And you can hit us up on that number is 407-960-76. That number is 407-
960-76.
And we'll catch you guys next week.
Yep.
We out.